Bob Dylan. Good morning, everybody. Sherrod Small in studio, and of course, Jim Norton.
Yes.
I'm on a Bob Dylan kick because I went and saw the Steve Jobs movie yesterday afternoon. Instead of watching the end of the Jets game, Roland. Yeah. Instead of watching the end of the Jets game.
What you say, was a lot of Bob Dylan in the movie?
Steve Jobs certainly liked some Bob Dylan.
Okay.
And there's some Bob Dylan featured in the Steve Jobs movie. Yes. He inspired Steve Jobs to a point. It was a good movie. But I have a problem with Roland, because Roland was bothering me for 2 or 3 days. He's like, hey, man, you guys are going to be interviewing Jeff Daniels. You should go see the Steve Jobs movie. I think we're supposed to see the Steve Jobs movie if we interview Jeff Daniels, right?
Yeah, and then also Seth Rogen's in it, too.
Seth Rogen was amazing as Wozniak or whatever.
Oh.
And so Roland's giving me the movie times. He goes 4:15, and the movie theater's probably about 5 minutes from my house. So I text Roland. I go, all right, Roland, I'm leaving my house at 4:15. Because we all know the movie doesn't start when the movie time says. That's when all the trailers and whatnot start. And I was going to just walk in the theater all nice. He's going to hand me the lights off, and there you go. We're ready to go. And I get there, and Roland's not even there. Young Paul's there with my ticket, and Paul goes, Roland's around the corner at Starbucks on a really long line. I'm like, what? I could have finished the Jets game, even though, you know, it was looking good. The Jets were going to win anyway. And then we go and we get a seat. The movie is packed, so we're 3 rows from the screen, which sucks.
Brutal.
I'm looking up like this the whole time. I don't even know why they sell those seats. I don't know why they sell them. The only reason I didn't say fuck it is because we got Jeff Daniels tomorrow. But it's so uncomfortable. There's no reason for that anymore.
I saw Zero Dark 30 like that in the first row.
First row?
What? First row.
Because I love first row. Leg room.
You don't love first row. No one loves first row.
What, are you going blind?
Yeah, leg room is good, but you can't see the movie because of the leg room. You have leg room at home and not see the movie.
Exactly. You're looking straight up at that point in the first row.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I checked the movie times myself, which I should have.
In the first place.
And it says, Steve Jobs, 4:30. I'm like, this son of a bitch got me in the movie theater early. So then I had to sit through not only the previews, but all the commercials. Those garbage commercials they now run before the previews.
Turn your phone off?
No, I was actually periscoping the previews because I was so bored.
Yeah, they have those little red...
Until a lady goes, is that necessary? We could see the light of your cell phone. And I'm like, the movie hasn't even begun yet. Give me a break.
But you know it's coming out now. So.
Yes, Jimmy.
But those little red things they show, they don't want to show any people who are on their phones. They don't want to make it look like it's white people or black people or male or female. So they have like little red circle people.
Yes.
They're like fucking
like from
red.
the bathroom door.
Yeah, like these really weird circular lights. Yeah, like
they don't want to point out a particular race that might act up a little more than other races.
We
in
don't
the
know
movie
who it could
theater.
be.
I don't know which one. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's why they do that.
But the movie itself was good. The acting was really good. I enjoyed it.
How many Steve Jobs movies are they going to come out with?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out after the movie because then I looked up this one, and they're saying a lot of the stuff in the movie just did not happen that way.
So it's not based on a true story, or loosely based?
I would say extremely loosely based if you read a few articles that came out.
Well, did he hate his daughter like the movie said?
Oh, boy, Steve Jobs is not a nice guy, according to this movie.
Just because you don't like kids don't mean you're not nice, though.
He didn't give a fuck about his own kid, was forced into having some kind of relationship with her finally, after she was fooling around with one of his early computers, I forget which one.
Right.
And she painted something, and then all of a sudden he's like, okay, I'll pay for her schooling, and I'll give you money for the kid, but it's still not my kid.
He kept saying that?
More or less. He finally gave in and realized, okay, I guess this has to be my kid. The court said there's a 94% chance that it's your kid. But he still didn't want to acknowledge that and came up with his own logarithm and said, well, there's still 28,000 men that could be the father of this kid in America.
Yeah, 94% don't seem like a high percentage.
That's a pretty high percent.
94? Why is it not 99.9?
Of what?
That he's the father of this kid.
94%, you're the father of that kid. Come on.
Nah, I would walk on 94%.
You would walk?
I would walk. Steve Jobs was right.
94% is pretty good. I don't know, how is it not 100%?
It's never 100%. It's going to be 99.9, I think.
In this case, it was 94% that this little girl was his.
How old was he when he died?
56. That's it. 56 years old.
All these dopes that when you get cancer, they tell you, here, have a strawberry.
Right.
Or why don't you eat these 2 leaves? Really? That's all you got to do. It's a chakra thing. Shut up. He would have been alive if he had just gone and gotten regular fucking chemo.
Did he not do regular chemo at all?
No, he did eventually, but it was too late.
He did alternative medicine. That's 4 years ago already that Steve Jobs died.
Wow.
But this movie paints him to be a pretty big asshole in general, where everyone was just walking on eggshells around the guy.
I believe it.
He was just a dick to everybody.
I believe it.
And then not nice to his own daughter.
Well, who was the chick who had the daughter with him? Who's the mother?
Some, I guess, high school sweetheart. Yeah, and then she comes around before one of his big announcements looking for, money and child support, basically saying we're living in a hovel and you're worth hundreds of millions, I think, at this point.
And she came right before his big speech or something.
According to this movie, but then you read online and they say it didn't go down that way.
A bunch of bull turkey.
So, and how many Steve Jobs movies are there?
The first one was called "Honey, Did You Stretch My Turtleneck?" That's how he found out he wasn't feeling well. he knew he was sick because the turtlenecks were getting a little bit baggier.
A little loose around the neck?
She's like, "No, I didn't do anything." He's like, "Well, I better go to the doctor." Turtleneck's a little loose.
Let me say hi to Luke. He's already bothered. God, we're 5 minutes in and we got someone bothered already. Go ahead,
Luke. The movie trailer didn't even start till tonight, Luke. Get it? Star Wars.
Opie, come on.
Hey.
You're periscoping the previews and the woman behind you is the annoying one? Come on, Opie.
Who gives a fuck about the previews? I was going to turn it off before the movie.
But you're fucking got your phone out periscoping previews, dude. Come on.
Oh, well, that's what you should be hammering me for,
There we go.
that I did that.
That's what I am hammering you for, dude. Come on. Wake up. Come on.
It was just a throwaway, Luke. Thank you, buddy. Whatever.
You should have periscoped the lady yelling at you. That would have been a little better than a...
Periscope the movie. What the fuck are they going to do?
Sell it.
All right.
Yeah, I should have periscoped the movie. It was a good movie, though. The acting was very good.
Did you see the Ashton Kutcher version of the...
Nope. Because I don't really care about Steve Jobs. How about that? I don't care about his story for the most part.
He's going to be in our lives forever.
I know he is.
Forever.
Roland, did you like the movie?
Yeah, it's good.
What was it about?
I think his daughter inspired the iPod.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
The daughter didn't inspire the iPod.
He goes, I'll put all the music in your pocket.
There's a scene where...
She goes, thank you, Father. Get out of here, bitch.
He wanted a way to listen to music and run away from his daughter at the same time?
You get his daughter out of the house. I want to hear my music, Dad. Get out of the house. I want to hear my music. Take it with you. I'll make something. I get it. He wants to fuck the mother in the shitter, and fucking dumb daughter's running around listening to records.
The scene was they have a confrontation, and she still has that Walkman with the cassette.
Uh-huh.
And then, he just looks at her and goes, hey, I'm going to put 1,000 songs in your pocket. That's going to bring their relationship back together. Yeah. I'm going to put 1,000 songs in your pocket.
I'll bet you in real life he didn't say pocket either. I'll bet you picked another orifice.
I'm going to put it in your meat pocket.
I'm going to, in that fucking thing you carry that looks like a record holding slit, I'm going to put a bunch of albums in that fucking smelly slit of yours, and they changed it for the movie. That doesn't sound right.
But that's what's going to make their relationship much better. Yeah. Him putting 1,000 songs in her pocket.
Yeah. He didn't know how to talk to her.
She just wanted a father, not 1,000 songs in her pocket.
She was like, who are you again?
Yeah, exactly.
I heard the wife really begged him not to do this, too.
What do you mean?
Whoever his widow is, or the daughter's mother. One of the women in his life said, please don't do this movie. To, who is the lead actor? Is it Fassbender?
No, he did it to DiCaprio and Christian Bale. And they were both going to be Steve Jobs, and then they both left the project.
Yeah. And who's doing it now? Is it Michael Fassbender?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's Christian's amazing, but
I was excited to see what Bale would have done.
But then again, Michael Fassbender, I think, is great.
He did an amazing job in this
I hope
movie.
he treated his daughter the way he fucking treated that girl in 12 Years a Slave. Oh, boy, did he not fucking... His daughter just comes back with a little soap and he beats her. I'm going to put a fucking 1,000 songs in your pocket. And he beats her to fucking near death and fucks her. Wow, is he a great psychopath. He should have won the Oscar for 12 Years a Slave, but he was just
they didn't wanna...
slightly unlikable in that film. Yeah. Kind of hard to get
That's why he should have won, though. He should have won because it was...
You need a little likability if you're going to win the Oscar. Just a little bit, right?
It should have made him a little tart. Tart him up.
A little bit. Tart him up.
Tart him up a little.
And Kate Winslet couldn't be more less fuckable in this movie. They
really?
Oh boy, did they ugly her up for this movie.
You ever see her in Titanic?
Oh boy, did we, with those heavy boobies.
I like Kate Winslet. I like a little meat on her.
She had a fantastic performance as well in this movie. Is it getting good reviews?
Yeah.
I know Paul didn't like it when he left.
Paul got bored. I saw Roland and Paul going into the. I actually was going to pick up my Bobby Brown photo. That's when I saw these guys, and then Roland had no jacket on. I'm like, "What's the matter with you?"
Crazy.
Nice and cool.
It was cold in New York yesterday.
I love
Reason.
it.
You do love it.
I do love it.
I envy Roland for that. Only that. The fact that he's never.
He just walks around with short sleeves.
Yeah, his life is an abomination in the summer, but in the fucking fall,
He keeps nice and cool.
yeah, he's like a fucking matted dog in the summer. But in the fucking fall, this is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, it's getting good reviews. This Steve Jobs movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Now
It should have been in 3D.
He took no shit from people.
I want to see him hate his daughter in 3D.
Yeah.
Have a good look.
Yeah, he throws I couldn't think of anything for him to throw. Good improv, radio
The
guy.
daughter.
Yeah, good improv. I almost said an ashtray, but then did he smoke? Who cares?
He was good.
Should
He's a
have
badass. Took no shit from people. Like, no.
Anybody watch some of that football over the weekend?
Of course.
Yeah.
Good times.
You wrote down my teams, Opie's teams?
Yeah.
Huh?
Why not? That's what we talk about.
It says Opie's teams. Jets beat Washington 34-20. Jets moved to 4-1, which is amazing to me.
4-1.
They're 4-1. Buffalo loses at home to Cincinnati, who I think Cincinnati
Undefeated.
They're still undefeated, right?
Yes, sir.
34-21. And then my third team, the Patriots, beat the Colts on Sunday Night Football. I watched the first half of that game. That was a great game, but
The first part was good. First half.
I didn't miss much because now it's after 10 o'clock. I'm like, I can't stay up for the second half of this game.
That game did seem like it started late, but yeah, Tom Brady got in the ass in the second half.
What do you mean?
He just pulled away. That's how they pulled away. It was close in the first half. It seemed like, Indy's going to give him a run.
Yeah.
But then, nah.
And then they pulled away in the second
they
half,
pulled
obviously.
away. Big time.
And what's up with what's his name's finger there? Is it broken or dislocated?
Edelman.
Yeah, Edelman. Did you see that finger?
No.
And he was still playing, but he couldn't really catch the ball for a little while there because it fucking hurt a lot.
Did he Ronnie Lott his fingers?
They're not sure if
Are they still on his body?
Is it
Still
officially
there, but he didn't pull it off.
Is it officially broken or dislocated? But he had a tough time after that for a little while. He was dropping a few.
Now, is it broken like Jimmy Fallon's finger was broken? Like he had...
It was his pinky, and it was. There's the shot of it.
Oh, God. Oh,
That's right after he caught a touchdown.
But for a football player, that's nothing.
Yeah, that happens every day.
That's literally like telling a joke on stage,
Yeah.
and it only gets a half a laugh, and then you move to the next one. Like
Yeah.
that's how minor an injury that is for a football player.
I was thinking that they're fucking tough. 'Cause
Very tough.
They weren't even talking about his finger anymore because they're just real men.
Remember Ronnie
out there.
Lott's fingers got twisted off in a jersey from tackling?
Twisted.
And he kept playing.
They were dislocated?
No, one got twisted off.
What did it
What do you mean
totally
off?
broke, and
It
then
came off his body.
No.
it was hanging by the skin. I'm guessing, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
But this
also,
happened twice before he talked about in his career.
Were they all,
And he kept playing in one game.
where was the finger?
It was, it was twisted up in somebody's jersey.
Wow.
Somebody's football jersey.
I honestly did not know that.
This was like early 80s. When would the Ronnie Lott play for the 49ers?
all through the 80s, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then it says Jimmy's team. I have Opie's teams.
You forgot the Dolphins.
And Miami wins on the road in Tennessee 38-10.
You had a good day yesterday.
I only take a peek at the Dolphins. The other three teams I definitely care a lot about, which is ridiculous. I know. I'll say
I can't
it
believe the Jets are 4-1.
I can't either.
Wow.
They're looking all right, huh?
Maybe Dum Dum's jaw getting broken in preseason was the best thing to happen to him.
Well, a lot of people are saying that. They're saying just that. And then Jimmy's team had a bye week. They play the Giants Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What else? Undefeated teams. So we're down to 5. Oh, we still got 5. 5 undefeated teams: Patriots, Bengals, Broncos, Packers, and Panthers. And then Eric Stengel's favorite team, which is bizarre to me, is the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And something really fucked up happened yesterday in that game.
For the first time in the history of professional football, somebody threw for over 500 yards, no interceptions, and lost. That would be Philip Rivers. Never happened.
It's a statement about the defense.
I mean, it has to be.
That's a bad defense.
Oh, man.
What was the final score?
Let's see. It was
You should know. This is your team.
27-20.
27-20.
Wow, they only gave up 27 points.
I mean, their special teams can't be too good either. It's
What,
not
they
just
fumble a
defense.
lot, or is there a lot of field goals?
No, they just couldn't run the ball, and then they had a couple of field goals. It's just they couldn't
score the ball
They
either. They
suck.
couldn't get touchdowns.
Yeah. They benched Melvin Gordon, their running back, because he fumbled a couple times.
Eric loves sports, but his team is the Chargers.
They stink.
They don't have. I don't think they'll ever have a shot at the Super Bowl.
Not in a while. That
Here's
just
what's
tells me
gonna
that
happen.
he's gotten into football in the 80s.
Yeah, that's what it
When
was.
I was a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they had a team.
They're going to move to L.A., and then they'll be good.
Can you stop giving L.A. football teams? They don't support them.
No.
The teams. Why do you think the teams leave L.A.? Stop giving Los Angeles fucking football teams.
They
Enough.
did.
Why would they support a football team? That's
There's
crazy.
other shit to do, maybe.
The weather's too nice.
Exactly. A
There's
bunch of
other
girls
shit
with
to
big
do.
tits running around. Wants to sit home on a Sunday afternoon. You can go to fucking Venice Beach and look at giant tits. Big nipples. Oh, look at her areolas. Chargers are down by 17. Are they? Gives a fuck.
They're about to get two teams, possibly.
Two teams.
That's good.
Who's the other team?
Probably the Rams. Rams is
Yeah, the
most
Rams.
likely.
Okay.
And then it could be the Chargers. It could be the Raiders.
Wait, the Rams were in L.A. at one point, weren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
And then they went to, what, St. Louis?
St. Louis.
And then they're going back to L.A.?
Correct.
Why is that happening?
It's not decided totally.
Money.
St. Louis is not supporting them, or is it?
No, they need a new stadium, and they're all looking at the potential for the market.
I see.
LA is such a big market.
Yeah, but they've never supported the football team. I hated the L.A. Raiders. That was just awful.
And plus, it's brutal already, the traffic in LA. So now you got a stadium, you got to try to get to and fro. It's like, ugh, it's not worth it.
I don't
Stop
know.
it.
I
Watch it on TV.
I think it's time they'll support a team out there. No,
For a while.
and then the damn Mets keep winning.
Yes, were you angry about that?
Yeah, because I haven't followed them in years, so I feel a little guilt here.
I'm so happy for the Mets.
Daniel Murphy
Unbelievable.
again last night, huh?
That dude.
And they're up 2-0.
I mean, save some pussy for us. Am I right?
Yeah, well, sure,
Motherfucker's on fire.
Have you always been a Mets fan?
I like the Mets.
But you're a
I'm
Yankees
always a Yankee
guy.
fan first, and then. But the best parade in New York City history was that '86 Mets parade. I'll say that to my dying day.
That was a party.
It seemed like the whole city was at the parade, man.
Yeah.
Cops came into the classrooms to get us out of classes so we can go to the parade.
That was, and Doc Gooden was doing smoking crack in the projects while that was happening.
While that was happening.
You read that fucking book, it's like your skin is crawling. You're like, just leave the projects and go to the parade.
Yeah.
And you're watching this thing unfold, and it was so good, man.
He was so addicted that he'd rather be in a crack house
That's embarrassing.
than at that big party for the 86 Mets.
And he said he was watching it happen, like, yeah, just a little while longer, and you're panicking. It's like when you know something's going to happen in a movie, like you know that the couple, they're going to run away together tonight, but if he goes back and gets his luggage, he's going to be decapitated. And she's like at the bus stop, where are you? And you know he's heading back, and oh, you just shouldn't have left your luggage, you fucking asshole.
Oh, man.
That's the way you feel reading this. Like, just go to the parade.
That was in his book, and
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
But Mets looking pretty good, huh? Looking all right.
they're looking great.
You watched the game last night?
Of course, I watched it up until I thought they was going to win. It was 4-1 into like the 6th. I was like, all right, good. Guns up.
Good. Well, Lamar Odom's. We were on this show saying he was brain dead.
Well, the
Right.
Post did say it, I think.
That was before
What
the
the
accident.
Yeah. So I think 20 minutes after they wrote that, he entered a spelling bee. They couldn't have been more wrong.
I thought about that all day Friday. I'm like, we were on this show saying that reports are saying he is brain dead, and we both are saying, well, that's it. This guy's not going to come out of this, and his organs are failing. And supposedly he's walking around the hospital or something at this point.
Is he walking?
I don't know.
That's what they said.
Oh!
There was one rumor that he actually got out of bed.
Yeah, I hear he's up and
Oh,
about.
that's amazing now. That's good news.
Another rumor, he said, "Hey, baby," to Chloe, and good morning. So we were a little off on that story.
I just want to know what that $75,000 in detail. Like, what do you get for that?
Probably for a week. You get a week's worth of box.
He was getting 2 girls a night.
Let's say a week. So that's 7 days. 10,000 a day that's about 10,000 a day for 6 days. That's 12 grand a day, whatever it is. 2 girls, that's 6 grand a girl.
For 24 hours a day.
Yeah, and he's probably, again, you're sleeping, you're eating, you're doing other stuff. So
Yeah.
that's not insane. Plus the food and the lodging.
Does that place have a nice gym? Can you work out in between sessions?
I'm sure you can
get a little cardio. Well, you're getting your cardio, but I mean, can you pump some iron in the gym?
I wonder if there's a gym there. I bet you there is. They probably have a lot of stuff on property to keep. The casinos all have gyms. They want you to stay on property.
It's probably one of those shitty gyms that you come across in these dumb hotels where they haven't changed out the equipment in 20 years.
Yeah, I don't think they're taking care of the gym.
You don't think?
I think you want to blacklight that gym.
Old school equipment.
And this was Dennis Hoff's second place. This is not the Bunny Ranch. This is franchising.
It was the Love Ranch,
with
right?
Pussy.
Love Ranch North. So he's got 2 Love Ranches.
At least 2.
So
good for him selling that puss. Good for him.
I guess Lamar's now doing way better. We had him dead. Yeah, of course. He's supposedly a great guy.
He's a good guy. Here's the big question: you think him and Chloe
get back together now?
That's the story. Jimmy, what do you think? I know you're involved in all this.
I don't know anything about that family. I just know that him living through that Viagra thing is an inspiration to me.
And
the people
herbal?
who like prostitutes all over. No, the fact that he took all those Viagras and almost died. The only thing that stopped me from doing that in a whorehouse. I'm like, I'll die. And then he made it through. I'm like, there's hope. I can take a lot of Viagra and spend a lot of money in a whorehouse and then live to tell the tale.
You got to be 7 feet tall, though, so it can work his way through your body.
That is the difference, though. Yeah, he's a big guy, and there's a lot of Lamar Odom dick. Probably the Viagra, he takes a full 100 milligrams. It's probably not enough for a dick.
I never tried the herbal, though. The herbal?
I didn't either. I'm guessing he had the regular, too.
No, they said...
only herbal?
I think you only had the herbal.
But do you think that might have been a deflection at first? Odom's foaming at the mouth, face down.
From the drugs?
And so, you get the word out that he was doing a lot of herbal Viagra.
I know Dennis is really against drugs on property.
Well, of course. That's his whole business.
They looking for people to get have drugs on them when they find them there so they can shut them down.
Yeah. I would assume most people want them shut down in that area. Well, that area, it's in
all the women.
Nowhere for the most part, isn't it? There's not much else around these ranches.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, anyway.
Not a lot. But it's good that Lamar's doing better.
Absolutely. And then they get back together, and then a few years down the road, they go, oh, God, that was a mistake. Just because you had a near-death experience, I decided to go back with you. And,
he's going to almost die.
That's right. We're not meant to, be husband and wife. We're meant to be good friends.
They got married in 30 days of meeting each other.
Was it 30 days?
Yeah.
I read this morning that she's by his side, and then his girlfriend with the 2 that he had 2 kids with.
Oh yeah, previously
also by his side. Yeah. He must be laying in that bed going, "What the fuck?"
No, that's the way you want to go out, like a pharaoh,
like
with all your bitches around you.
Bitches around.
That's right. Bring me fruit.
That's how you know Lamar Odom has a lot of dick. They're not even mad he was fucking other girls. They're like, I'm happy I don't have to sit on that thing for a week. None of them are offended or upset or surprised.
Out. This is tag.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We knew he was doing it. God bless him. I'm tired of taking 10 by 6. You know what it's like to have a cock like that the girth doesn't taper?
Yes.
I'm tired of sitting on an inner tube every Monday morning.
Khloe Kardashian got tired of that fucking giant dick beating her up. And she was like, just go and fuck anything, please.
And smoke some crack, why don't you?
Yeah, go smoke crack and eat KFC and have whipped cream and just go away. Have Red Bull breath.
Kim Kardashian saying it's the power of prayer that got Lamar through this thing. That whole power of prayer thing.
I always value her input. That's good. I'm glad she had something to say about it.
People are praying all the time for what's going on in their lives, but Gwad decided to make sure Lamar Odom's okay.
Well, if there's one thing that Kim Kardashian knows about, it's the Lord.
Yeah.
She says, "Oh God," a lot.
That's right, to a ceiling.
Oh my God! Right. Oh God!
She thinks God is upstairs. Who else is wow? Okay. I want a $75,000 weekend at the whorehouse now. That's all I've been thinking about since this whole accident started.
I'd probably want to get out of there as soon as I came, though. Like, as soon as I don't think I could stay there. Like, I'd like to go.
And then you realize, oh my God, I just spent $75,000. I'm only a half a day in.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
There is something. Do the ladies have that same feeling when they come, where everything goes away immediately? everything you were feeling and thinking.
No, I think they
moment?
feel closer to you. I think a lot of times women feel closer to you after they come. That woman comes and she wants to hold you.
I'll cook for you.
Yeah, do something, like just lay together, like, oh, that's so nice. It's such a connecting thing. And as soon as we come, it's like the Get Smart door shutting.
It's unbelievable.
Like, that's how I feel after I come.
It's so bizarre, isn't it?
It used to be worse, though.
It's so strange.
In high school and college, I was like this. As soon as I have to beat it,
you're all
burn
in.
the road up.
You're all in, and then, man,
How it switch.
Let's just put it this way. Back in the day, then if you want out immediately, all that shit goes away.
I had a lovely weekend.
No, yeah? What'd you do, Jimmy?
I went to a championship boxing match.
I saw you tweet the picture of Donald Trump, who was also at this fine match.
I got a call from Louis on Friday, and he's like, do you want to go to a fight? I was only doing the cellar, so I'm like, yeah, I'll cancel one of my cellar spots. It was Gennady Golovkin fighting David Lemieux. And I've never been to a boxing
At the
match.
Garden?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a pay-per-view HBO. I've never been to a boxing match. And I'm like, I want to go. It's a championship fight. And this guy is an amazing fighter.
What is it, heavyweight?
Golovkin, no, they're middleweights.
Middleweight.
And he's undefeated. He's knocked out like 23 in a row. I think 24 now. So I'm like, all right, I got to go.
Sure.
And it was so fucking good.
Really?
You loved it.
Boxing Live is
It's better than any. I'm telling you.
UFC is the only thing I go to. And I shouldn't have been shitting on boxing. I should enjoy both.
They used to have like cheap Tuesday night fights at the Garden every week, and it was just no names going at it.
It was
the
fucking
best shit.
amazing. Live. I mean, this was just a good fight, too.
Yeah.
And you were nice and close, too.
Second row. Second row. We were sitting right behind Michael J. Fox. And Trump was like in front of us, off to a little bit. Louis, Louis has the fucking...
He's got a little pull, huh?
Yeah. So they put you in this suite area where you can go in and get food.
Nice.
There's some big, Jerry Cooney is in there.
Oh, really?
Chit-chatting. Yeah. A bunch of people come through there. We missed Trump back there because we went out to see like one of the undercard fights. And Trump came in. We were watching the fight, and these guys are fucking going at it. And we hear, boo, boo. I'm like, how the fuck are they booing these guys? They're fighting their asses off. And then you see Trump walking through the Garden, and the Garden is booing him.
The Garden's booing him.
Some of them were cheering, yeah. Some of them were cheering. He didn't give a fuck, though. And
as long as they know he was there, that's all he cared about.
He doesn't give two fucks.
Nah, he really didn't care. And it was such a nice event. They treated us so nice. I ate like a pig. I ate like a little fat girl. Philly cheesesteak. Ah, yeah. It's like you can't eat.
You had a Philly cheesesteak?
At a championship fight, if you try to eat healthy, you should just kill yourself.
Yes.
If you go to a championship fight and you're like, I'm on my diet, it's like, just fucking give up living. You're in a boxing match with another guy, you fruit.
That was your cheat day. Jimmy had a nice cheat day.
Oh, we had so much fucking fun,
That's
man.
great.
That was so much fucking fun.
You talked to Michael J. Fox? I see him in this picture right in front of you.
Yeah, but he's I've seen him a few times out and about, and he's always very pleasant.
At least he's sitting still, huh?
Whatever he's on is amazing. I think he's with his son who looks exactly like him.
Oh, really?
But, I think that he must be on something that's very effective, because he looked...
He wasn't moving as much.
No, he seemed fine.
Good for him.
And he's very lovely, and of course he noticed the kids' weight loss, as they all do. It's very complimentary.
Nice.
To my new thin physique.
Very nice.
You're looking good,
He
Jimmy.
recognizes that.
Yeah, but the...
Wow, you were that close to Trump?
He was like 4 people over right in front of us. And I was just doing chip. And I did, of course, trying to get him on video. I wanted to get... He didn't look at us. Because, what's his name? Larry Johnson was right behind him.
That's Larry Johnson.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was...
Wow.
Grandmama?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was
God, I loved him.
He was leaning back talking to Larry Johnson. I wanted him to look over. I have my video ready. So I wanted the Chip video. I'm so fucking badly. Just talk to him as Chip.
Right.
But I got him, but he wouldn't. He didn't acknowledge me.
Oh, so you didn't even really get to say hi to him?
No, I mean, we could have, but it was like,
He's been on our show a bunch.
I
Has
don't
he?
care.
Trump?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
A bunch.
He's called him, but
I actually put a clip up over the weekend, the famous clip of him telling us he never had the flu. People have been requesting that one.
In his life?
He's never had the flu.
Yeah.
He was on this phone saying, I never had the flu.
It's for poor people. For poor.
Everyone's had the flu. Come on, right? I think it's almost impossible that you go through life without getting the flu.
yeah, he said some silly things.
But you had a good time at the fight.
Oh, it's the fucking best night I've had in a long time.
Who won the fight?
Beautiful.
Golovkin won. It was a TKO in like the 8th.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Lemieux is really good, and Golovkin is just fucking awesome, man. I mean, he's an awesome fighter.
How great is it to see somebody get knocked out right there?
We saw, There was a heavyweight. There's a guy named King Kong. You know that heavyweight? There was some kind of, I think it was an interim title fight. And neither one of these guys was in amazing shape. This guy he knocked out. Wow, when you see a heavyweight get knocked out,
I'm telling you,
it's one man, it's one fucking primate beating another primate. Like you're watching two animals. Like you realize, like we're advanced primates, but when you watch just two big guys fighting, you're like, that's who I'm competing with genetically.
Yes,
that's why God made me funny or nature made me funny. Because if all I had to do was slug it out to get pussy, I have zero shot. The Norton fucking DNA dies right here. When you watch a guy hit another guy that fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
And the fight before us was that dude. Oh my God. And I wasn't familiar other than Gennady Golovkin. I didn't know any of the names.
Who beat who?
Black guy whose nickname is
that's a big boy right there.
He's King Kong, yeah.
Wow, is he a big guy?
The other guy would look like he was a little overweight. And I know I'm talking boxing like a real amateur. I haven't watched it in years. But
the heavyweights sometimes they look big but they swing hard as hell.
But when you look at those guys, you like
oh God,
the knockout of him.
Wow,
and he had knocked him down in the round before, but it was he knocked him out. It was almost like an overhand left, and the guy's left foot was hanging out of the fucking
out the ropes.
It was just one man punching another man in the face really hard.
Is he a southpaw? He must be, right?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
He knocked him out with his left.
He hit him with a right jab.
I think that he's got to be a lefty.
To see something that big fall, too.
Oh, God. Can you imagine taking that punch?
And the guy, I thought
you would never eat again if you hit us that way.
I thought he was dead.
You won't taste food. You can eat, but you won't taste it.
I'm like, he just killed that man right in front of us. It's going to really spoil the evening. But when you watch the amount of punches these guys take and the amount of punishment these guys take.
Before that happened, was he getting beat the whole...
That was like second or third round. It was they were throwing some heavy punches, man. Neither one of those guys was in, and every fighter in the world was there, but not on our side. Like our side was like none. Was like, there was a lot of famous people on our side who can't fight.
Yeah.
But across the ring, on the other side was Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya, fucking Lennox Lewis.
Wow, they all
Roberto
came to the
Duran.
fight.
I was out of my mind. I wanted to meet Roberto Duran. What an applause he got, man. At one point you heard the garden explode.
You couldn't get to any of these guys?
Nah, it's the difference between that and UFC is, like, in the UFC you can kind of walk around that little circle a little bit.
Yeah.
But with this, the writers are sectioned off in front of us.
Right.
Or maybe it's like that UFC and I was just on a different side. But no, I didn't want to. I was having fun where we were.
That 30 for 30 with Duran and
Leonard,
Sugar, that was one of the best.
It was great.
Fucking Lennox Lewis and Duran. What royalty Duran is, man.
Lennox Lewis was there, too?
Lennox Lewis was there. And they all came in the ring. And did something. What was I just thinking of? Fuck, who else was on our side?
Why were they all there for this fight?
Don't know. I mean, Gennady Golovkin is fucking...
obviously it's I don't know these guys.
He's
so
such
what am
a
I
good
saying?
fighter.
Obviously it was a big fight. But
I'm telling you, it was a huge fight if all these guys were
his
there.
left jab is fucking... He's just... And Lemieux is really good. He destroyed him. I mean, it was such a good fight.
Who was the promoter? Was it Oscar De La Hoya's? That's why he was there? Or?
Golden Boy, yeah, I think it was.
Golden Boy.
That's probably correct. I loved it, man. I fucking...
You're going to go to more fights.
You're going to go to more
fights
fights now.
I had so much fun at that fight, man. I can't believe how much... I can't believe I've never seen that live before.
Right. I'm telling you, it's even better when it's nobody's
just fighting for their lives.
Fighting for
$200.
I'm telling you, they put in
$200.
They go hard.
We walked around. We just walked around. It was really fun. I haven't hung out with Louis in a long time, like just with nothing to do. It was usually like a work thing and we just walked around for probably an hour after that, just chit-chatting like two hens, and then went to eat at the fucking, someone spilled my coffee all over my sweatshirt, so I was freezing. I had a nice sweatshirt, and of course, loser tits. I was having...
They spill it at the fight itself?
What happened was, we were in that fucking VIP area, and then we came out to watch the fights. And the only time we went back, was when fucking blubber sides. I wanted a little. I wanted some cookies. Fucking meat tits wanted a cookie, so I ran back. Fucking ran back for a cookie, and I had to piss. So before the main event, I wanted to go back and get my just take another piss real quick.
Right.
And of course, I'm feeling like really, because they treat you when you're on his level of famous, and you're back there with Jerry Cooney. And, when those guys are back there, the way they treat you, the Garden, when they walk you out, I mean, you have like almost a personal escort walking you from that area to your seat.
Nice.
Right.
I forgot the big camera and 2 celebrities there. They put that was on top of that. That was the camera. They put fucking Chip and Louis C.K. Dan
Soder tweeted this. Did you tweet this?
I retweeted it.
Oh, you did retweet. Okay.
But I saw the camera.
Oh, that's too funny.
Go to Jim Norton on Twitter. That's a funny picture.
I saw the camera.
It's HBO pay-per-view shot.
He was so happy. I told him I'm trying to get Chip on camera, and he was very pleased. Louis was very pleased I got fucking Chip on camera. It was so
that's
stupid.
a great pic.
Everyone at the Garden saw that. That was on the fucking Jumbotron.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
What kind of reaction did he get?
He got a cheer, but that's why we were looking up at the camera. I'm like, look, we're on. I was fucking chip facing while Trump was on. I was just, which is really not helping Jim Norton's career, but nothing is. So I'm like, I might as well
have some fun.
I might as well go down swinging like Chip, get this animation buzz happening.
That is too funny.
That's really funny.
Yeah, we had such a good time, and then went down to where did we go?
Louis been working out too. That's a slick son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Lost some weight?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he lost like 30 pounds. He was really
30
good.
pounds?
Or 25 pounds.
Jeez, good for Louis.
And he toned up.
Shaved the beard too, huh?
Yeah, and that was I don't think, I guess the Garden was just taking photos, and they were just being polite. They really wanted photos with him, but then they just asked me. And we had one with all the cheerleaders. It was so funny because he doesn't take
cheerleaders. Oh, the Knicks City dancers.
No, the girls, the ring girls.
The ring girls.
Yeah.
And Louis goes to this thing where he's talking about how like he doesn't like taking photos with people, and he's consistent. He's like, I just don't like doing it. I don't take pictures with anybody. 3 minutes later, a bunch of those fucking big titted chicks come over. Like, we take a picture. You've never seen anybody jump over a fucking chair faster to take a.
He's a fraud. When you got big tits, he's gonna take that picture.
All that went out the window.
Well, no, and then they asked me to get in it, which was really nice. The guy taking it, so I had to step over the thing, and they were all worried that I was going to fall into Michael J. Fox. I'm like, I got it, relax, and like, just be careful. I see him. I'm not going to trip. Louis like, be careful of Mr. Fox. I'm like, I'm clumsy, but I'm not going to knock Michael J. Fox into the fucking barrier.
It don't take much to knock him over, though.
Why don't they acknowledge that's Larry Johnson in that picture as well, sitting down to Louis' left?
That was not Larry Johnson. That's another guy. It's another Nick. And there was another guy.
Wait,
Larry
who's that?
Johnson. I don't remember his name.
Herb Williams?
Oh, Herb
Oh,
Williams.
it is Herb. I'm sorry.
Who's Herb Williams? I didn't know who he was.
He played for the Knicks too.
Former player. He's an assistant coach.
he was really nice.
Assistant coach
chatted with him
forever.
all night.
Yeah, that is Herb Williams. Wow, I thought that was Larry Johnson.
He's
for
a
second.
giant
That's not
man.
good.
But it's only half his face
He's
on the
a
screen.
giant
He's
man.
6'11", I think.
Yeah.
I think he was just shy of 7 foot.
Fucking man.
He
And he's
backed
kind
up.
of old for that, for a
He
tall
backed
dude.
up Ewing all those years.
Right.
Didn't he?
Oh, I should have taken a photo with him.
And then
I was like, yeah.
and then he's been an assistant coach forever, for a long time now.
He's great. Yeah, he's been.
Yeah, of course that's Herb Williams.
Every time someone gets fired, he takes over for the rest of the season.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
they
the
never
one that
give him
had
the
coach.
gig after.
Nope.
They never give it to him for
He
whatever
was very
reason.
pleasant. We were chatting boxing with him all night. It was kind of we didn't the fight. There was an Irish guy in this. Who was the fight? 2 fights before, the Irishman and who's got the palest legs.
That's
He had legs like fucking Steve Jobs at the end of that movie. I've never seen fucking paler legs in my life. Against Reno, this black dude Reno. Who that's all I knew. I didn't know who he was.
Was he a bleeder?
him.
Was he a bleeder, the
He
Irishman?
had a glass jaw.
No.
He was a bleeder. Couldn't take a punch.
He had a jaw. He had a fucking very solid
He had a good
jaw.
Did he?
He was taking a lot of punches to the face. And is that the guy Reno there or no?
I don't know. I just don't know any of these
What was it?
guys
3
anymore.
fights altogether that night?
Well, nah, there was a few. There was undercard, and there was a few main card fights, and there was
Any gals? Any gals fighting?
That
No.
ring girl looks hot though.
a flyweight fight right before the headline event. This guy, he's a fucking Nicaraguan guy. I didn't know his name.
Torino
Gonzalez.
Johnson.
Something Gonzalez. Torino. Right. Okay, Reno is his nickname.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very ignorant of boxing, as everybody can tell. But I just had a good time at the fight.
Boxing is fun, man. Definitely live. It's just a good time.
I've never been to a live one.
Really?
Never.
I couldn't say no to a championship
Oh,
fight.
God, no, you have to
I
go to
knew I
that.
had to.
Definitely second row.
And then we went to
With
fucking.
Louis.
Then we went to. Yeah, it was good
Wait,
seeing
you
him
didn't
too.
explain the sweatshirt.
I had my Army sweatshirt and I left it on the seat.
I care way more about the coffee being spilled on his sweatshirt.
And I go in the back to piss. And of course, I'm going in the back. I'm like feeling all good because they had walked us out. And I'm going in the back, and the guy's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, I'm here with the redhead. You know, it is, they let me. Fucking, well, I went back to fat girl immediately. I was feeling all good. You know what I mean?
For a couple seconds.
I'm fucking hearing the Jeffersons theme song as I'm walking out, feeling all wonderful. And I walk back and it's Fat Girl City. Can I help you, lady? I'm with Louie.
Nothing worse than trying to explain all of a sudden when you're feeling good and they stop you and you're now trying to explain why you're
back there.
You should be in this area.
Yes.
So I went in the back, but they were all really nice, and I came back. And I look down, and my coffee has been spilled. And my sweatshirt is still on my seat, but I feel that it's damp. And I realize it must have tumbled into the spilled. Somebody spilled my coffee and then knocked my sweatshirt into it. So my sweatshirt just reeked of coffee. I was like, cocksucker.
Maybe Michael J. Fox had to go to the bathroom as well.
Well, he was in front of me. I would have blamed Michael in a second. I would have shaken him angrily. No.
So when your coffee spilled on top of your sweatshirt?
No, it spilled on the floor, and then my seat must have gotten knocked back.
Oh, and your sweatshirt fell on the floor.
Into it, but it was folded neatly.
Slid through.
No one took responsibility for it.
They all looked the other way when you came back.
Yeah.
So you had to walk around New York without the
just
sweatshirt
carrying it
on.
instead of wearing it, and it was freezing. And what was the place? What's that place downtown in Sullivan? It's so good. God damn it! Fucking blue. Oh fuck!
Not Bluefin.
No, blue grill.
Blue Water Grill.
Blue Water Grill. No, that's in the Union
Blue
Square.
Ribbon, yeah.
Blue Ribbon.
And it was so nice. It was a delightful evening.
Oh, that's lovely.
You had some nice sushi down there.
I didn't have any sushi, but again, it was good.
Sushi.
It was good being with a guy who's A-list famous, because you really do jump the line.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was so great. Some model with a derby on was waiting. Oh, she was really beautiful, too. And
I would walk right past her.
Right past her.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, it was wonderful.
How does Louis pull that off? Does he
Just shows up.
and then just walks right in?
Yeah, I guess he was nice to them. He said hello.
No, I know he's not going to
yeah.
be a dick about it, but I always wondered what that move is.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even know if she was waiting for a table or she was at the bar having drinks. Yeah. But she was so beautiful, and she had an enraging fucking detective hat on. And I hate when a hot chick wears a fucking detective hat. It annoys me so much.
Maybe she's a gumshoe.
Yeah.
A detective hat.
Makes me sick.
She was on the case.
Yeah.
I've never been there. It's nice.
It's awesome. The food's great. They're open like 4 a.m. I used to go all the time.
Ribbon.
But, I just haven't gone in a while. We had a lovely meal. And
is that on the east side, though? Ain't it?
No, it's right, but it's not far from the cellar.
Right.
And some woman sat down next to us, a super fan sat next to us, a woman and a guy. And, oh my God, Louie, oh my God. And they just, it was really weird. We were having a nice chat. Mm-hmm. But I mean, and I'm a celebrity fan photo, but I've never asked a person while they were eating.
That's just rude.
Even I haven't done that. And I'm a guy ran up and asked me for once, so I took him out of the bathroom. He thought I was walking him into the bathroom. He said, "You take me to the bathroom?" I'm like, "No, but just not in a restaurant." We were sitting there, and I walked in. I'm like, "Let's just go here and do it." Yeah. So we took it right by the men's room, and I walked back out. But she asked,
"Why do you think
I don't know, but I can never say no because I've been so public about liking to take photos. I didn't care. It took 10 seconds. But she asked Louis, and she's like, "Can I have a picture?" And he's like, "No, I don't like doing that." But nothing personal. Like, he was very nice about it.
So she obviously didn't have big tits.
No, she was lovely, but it was kind of fun hearing her said no to.
But while you were eating, it's like you fucking.
We were literally in the middle. He had food in his mouth.
So
was she trying to get a selfie with him in the background? Was she trying to get that picture anyway?
She was too close to do that. She was closer than I am to Sherrod, because it's like a late night hip restaurant.
Yeah, right.
And
where you get to sit right next to other New Yorkers.
Yeah, right on top of each other.
And now you're sharing in their conversation.
Yeah,
yeah, but it's weird. You feel private. It was so weird. Like,
but once you get into it, then you just forget everybody else.
You forget that someone is literally 3 inches to your left and your right that you don't know.
It's like an orgy.
I know. I've been there. It's weird though,
but it was okay. It was still good food. And
what did you have?
You know what? I had trout. I had, I had been such a fucking little hen at the thing. Oh, cookie for me, 1, 2 for me, 3 for you. It'd be funny if I could remember how to do that. Fucking asshole. Just butchered the joke and then kept plowing through. I ate fucking kielbasi, cookies, a cheeseburger. I was a fucking...
Wow.
I'm like, I just had to eat. I saved it all up for that day. I'm like, ooh,
good for you.
Fat girl night.
Yeah.
Lovely evening.
Wow. Sounds like a wonderful night out.
It really was. It was
old Jimmy Norton.
It was a wonderful...
And it was packed.
Yeah, it was for that guy's fight.
Was it sold out, the Garden?
Don't know, but it did. I didn't see any
pretty
open.
Full, though, huh?
Yeah. I didn't see any open seats.
That's some big names in there.
I couldn't believe when I saw Roberto Duran stand up. I was like, fuck.
That's a big deal.
That's a big... And Lennox Lewis I've never... and Hopkins looks great.
I'm sure. Yeah, he's He stays in shape. He got prison workout routine.
How old is he now, too?
Almost 50.
He is, right?
I want to say he's 40.
Crazy.
Do you remember he was in here? He said he wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather for his 50th fight. Now Mayweather's fought 49. I don't think it'll happen.
I don't think they'll get that together.
Let's see.
But Hopkins is the man.
A few fighters are going to be eager to face fucking Golovkin. I don't know, man. This guy is just awesome. He's an awesome...
Yeah, Hopkins is. We got to get him in here. It's been a while. He's 51.
I would disarm Gennady Golovkin. No, he wouldn't. I mean, he's a good enough fighter. He's a smart fighter, but I think Golovkin.
He'll be 5-1 in January. Wow. Bernard. So he's
stop fighting, Bernard.
He started late too, didn't he? After he got out,
22 or something. I don't know.
Oh,
he
really?
was in jail 17 to like 22.
Okay.
Yeah, he did a few years in the joint. He's a good guy. I like him.
He's a great
We've had him
guy.
on over the years. He's
Smart dude.
He talks. He likes to talk, though.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's a very chatty guy.
Very chatty, but very interesting.
Well, at least he can chat, being a boxer for 25 years.
Oh, no, he's all there still. He's definitely all there.
All there.
Sherrod Small in studio. I read your piece on Tracy Morgan. Good job, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
That was in the Post, right?
Yes, it was a New York Post. It came out on Friday. It was on their website on Thursday.
To me, it was just a link, but it was in the Post officially? Okay.
Yes. Because they have my picture in there with my newsy hat.
I didn't see your picture.
Yeah, I got my news. It's not on. It's only in the paper. It's not on.
Oh, see, I should have picked up the
Sherrod
paper.
doesn't approve online photos. It's only in print.
Because people will put a dick on it digitally.
And then Tracy Morgan tweeted you, said it made him cry.
Yeah.
Made him all teary-eyed.
Yeah. And that was fucking unbelievable.
That's what we want to do to the guy who's just coming back. Just upset him more.
Remember the crash?
Yeah. And then Tracy did all right on SNL.
Yeah.
I watched the whole episode.
That was star-studded there. There was a lot of people there.
Well, the highlight, though, is, good old Larry David. Bernie
he
Sanders.
killed it.
Holy crap, was that funny.
It's crazy that he's the standout when Tracy Morgan finally comes back and he gives like a tearful funny.
But after that debate, everyone's thinking, oh, my God, Bernie Sanders sounds exactly like Larry David. And then Lorne Michaels got that done. Said, hey, you got to come to New York. We got to do this thing. So
it was great.
It was really good. I mean, it's a 10-minute piece. Can you just find me the quick? The opening's not
when
bad.
he comes out.
All right, play this.
From the state of Vermont, Senator Bernie Sanders.
That was a horrible Anderson Cooper, by the way.
Yeah,
awful.
It's just a guy with a white wig.
I know.
Hello. Enough with the hellos. Let's do this.
Senator Sanders, how are you?
I'm good. I'm hungry, but I'm good. And now, if you don't mind, I'm going to dial it right up to a 10.
Go right ahead.
We're doomed. We need a revolution. Millions of people on the streets.
So good.
And we got to do something. And we got to do it now.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I want Bernie Sanders to win now, just so we can see Larry David do that fucking character for 4 years.
I know.
That would be terrific. Bernie doesn't have a shot, though.
Who knows?
He's way behind the polls. And what's going on with this Biden? He still hasn't said he's not running. He's still a distraction.
Yeah. I don't know with Biden, if he'll jump in the race. He just lost his son. He's old. You want that headache for another 4 years when you can be on the beach somewhere chilling?
Well, who do you want, Sherrod?
I think is going to win. I think Hillary's going to win. I want, just to make people upset, Trump to win. Just to take the heat off of comedians.
Take the heat off comedians. That's true.
Because then we can say anything. It's like, look what your president said.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of my show.
Leave us alone.
Yes.
The president's saying half this shit.
Yes. And then we just comedians. Nobody vetted me, motherfucker.
That's funny. And then Tracy came out. He was good, and the cast of 30 Rock or some of the gang came out to support him. It was a good SNL. They've had a good start this season.
They had a good run. They off for the next 2 weeks, I think. But yeah, they had a good run.
I believe so. Yes.
And then Trump's hosting on November 7th.
Pete Davidson wasn't playing Anderson Cooper.
No.
That wasn't Pete Davidson.
No.
Nope.
He played Osama in one skit, but no.
Yeah, that wasn't Pete Davidson. I don't even know who that guy was. I mean, they just needed someone to just play the Anderson Cooper
It's
part.
like
Obviously, no one could do the impression over there.
If you can't do the impression, you just got to go with a thought and
make the character try to look like him.
Right.
It was all about Larry David. And that broad that plays Hillary, she does a very good job. I don't know her name, but she's really fucking funny.
Kate McKinnon.
Thank you. Yeah, she should get a plug. Kate McKinnon, thank you. She's really funny, man.
Really funny.
So.
I think Anderson Cooper was John Rudnitsky, which is one of the featured players.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was him, yeah.
I mean, they probably just said, look, you're our best shot at this, so just go out there and look like him. You know?
He had some funny lines, but he wasn't Anderson.
All right. We could head toward our first break.
He's a hard guy to do an impression of because there's nothing really standoutish about him. Like if you sound like him naturally, but there's nothing about him that's caricaturable, if that makes sense.
Right.
Sure.
He just is kind of a well-spoken guy. There's not a whole lot to him.
Yeah.
As far as what you could pick out. Like Trump has so many weird things to make fun of. But
very easy.
Yeah, I can't think of anything Anderson Cooper does that you grab it and go, oh yeah, that's what the impression should be. But then that's why I don't do impressions.
I'll tell you this about Saturday Night Live. It was some hungry whores in that after party.
Really?
Oh, they were hungry. Oh, yeah, I went to the after party. And then the after party.
Tell us about it.
They were hungry.
But, I mean, did you go to the taping?
I didn't go to the taping. I had shows, so I was just running around for my show Saturday night. But after, Mike Shea called me at, I don't know, 3 o'clock or 2 something in the morning. He was like, he's down there now. It was at Heartland or whatever, brewery in Midtown. And I went down. We hung out, had too many drinks.
Good for you, Sherrod.
I might have, fondled a news lady or two.
Which news ladies?
I'm not going to say.
Did you grab the tits of Rosanna Scotty?
You always know what I like, Jimmy. The Scottos.
The good old Scottos,
Is that her name, Rosanna Scotto?
Yeah.
God damn it,
The Scottos.
I've improved wrong all morning, but I haven't done a good job. I like Anderson Caper. Fucking asshole.
We understood, though. The Scotto family is a very powerful family.
Yeah, they are.
Be careful with that.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Who are they?
Don't mess with the Scottos.
They got a lot of
on the Scottos.
A lot of restaurants. Let's just say they have a lot of Italian restaurants around the city.
A lot of Italian restaurants. A lot of places to get married.
Is she
If you're getting married soon, look up the Scottos. They will take care of you.
Wait, Rosanna Scotto, she's Italian?
Oh boy, is she!
Oh yeah, big Italian family.
I swear to God, I thought she was black.
I love
really.
The Scottos.
I don't know why. Yeah, what does she look like?
No, you've seen.
You know who she is?
There's Scotto.
Her and her sister.
Who the fuck am I thinking of then?
I don't know.
Who's the one who I did on Good Day?
Oh, you think about from?
She's on
CBS. I mean NBC.
She's on Good Day New York.
Scotto is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I love the Scottos.
How old is she? How old is she?
Don't dig a bitch.
She's oh God, I don't even want to. I would say at least mid-50s.
Oh, okay.
1958.
Yeah, that's her. Okay,
Where am I at? 57. I nailed it.
57. She's 57. She looks good.
She looks all right.
Yeah, I did that show with her. She was actually really nice.
And she's a Scotto.
And she's a Scotto. She fell off a Segway on air the other day. Well, not all the way down.
Well, that's the big YouTube video these days. Everyone falling off their Segways.
Yeah.
I want one of those damn things. I hear you get bored with them real fast.
You do.
Why, you've had one?
Yeah, well, one of my friends had one, and we used to ride the shits all around the city.
And now you're just done with it already?
Late night. But yeah, yeah.
What else happened at the after party? You got to take us inside.
The after party was at Heartland Brewery in Midtown, and then the after party. Okay.
What time did that start?
Was down at Radio in the Village.
What time did that start?
That started around 5 a.m.
Well, you're not going to get home until late.
Exactly.
What are you, old lady?
You're going to miss your Sunday.
What time did you get home?
I got home around 6.
Oh, it started at 5. We just
I just went down there for an hour and a half, maybe.
You get home, it's daylight?
The sun was coming up.
Oh, I hate that.
It was fun, though.
But the after parties go what time do they go until? What time would that party go until?
9 in the morning.
Mike Shea was still there when I left.
Oh, who makes the after party?
Everybody who's a veteran hanger-outer. If you know how to hang, you want to shake off the other fucking wannabes.
You got to be a partier to go to the after, right?
Yeah.
It's in your blood.
It's in your blood.
You don't want to go home.
You don't want to go home.
Those guys.
It was fun, though. It was a lot of chicks out, though.
Yeah.
But it was just more just hanging with boys and laughing and shit.
Sure. Very cool. I went to one of those. It was so much fun. I'd like to go to another one.
Yeah.
I went to the after party once.
At the after party, Lorne Michaels in the back with his table.
Oh, yeah. He holds court with that table.
Yeah.
With some of the cast members.
And you see everybody else peeking back there?
They all peek, and the cast members are on their best behavior. I watched the whole thing, man. I'm a people watcher. I'm like,
yes.
That is very interesting.
It is.
No one was acting out. They were on their best behavior.
People contemplating going back there to kiss the ring.
Yeah. I got to meet him real quickly, and I didn't want to fuck it up, so I just quickly got the fuck out of there.
In and out.
I wasn't going to be too stupid about it. But who gets picked to sit at his table, you think?
It was Mike.
Does he decide that?
I guess so. Colin Jost was back there. Colin was back there, and Mike went and sat right next to him. They started talking for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was like a whole hot girls, and
Che does a very good job, by the way.
He does a great job.
I like Che.
Yeah.
We were talking about football. That's it on the after party?
Yeah,
I was hoping
that's it.
we were give us some more dirt.
He'll be on Race Wars this week and next week, I think.
Nice. Race Wars Wednesdays on this fine channel.
Indeed.
We were talking football earlier. I forgot about the nude clip. You saw the nude clip, right, Eric?
Yeah, I saw it.
It was hilarious.
Nude?
They went into the Bengals locker room, and there's nude players all over the fucking place.
Like Every Given Sunday, the movie, remember that scene with all black dicks out?
Yeah.
Well, you had...
I was an extra in that.
Nice work.
What
movie was that?
This guy has his ass out over there. This guy is working his towel and his dick is out. It's on Game Day Live.
Perfect.
This is great.
This is on NFL Network, and if anyone should know better, it should be the NFL Network.
NFL Network. They should know that this happens in the locker room.
And is Chris Johnson getting interviewed?
Is that Adam Jones?
Adam Jones. Okay, Pac-Man.
All right, Pac-Man. Well, you guys get out to an early lead. They come back a little bit. The third quarter was about as dominant as it gets in the NFL. 2 long drives. You guys shut them down on defense. What went on at the half and what changed in the third quarter?
We didn't come out like we normally come out. Speaking for myself, too. But,
his white butt in the back?
There's 2 white butts.
And fixed a couple of
3.
things. We came out pretty good.
And then he starts fooling around with his towel. You'll see him fool around with his towel in a second here.
Pretty decent.
You know the cameraman sees it. He's probably like,
you shut them down and give the ball back to your offense.
Don't look like much now, but later on
pulls his towel out.
Getting down to the nitty gritty, and that's a big stop. But
wow, wowie zowie! What an interview!
Yeah, that was interesting.
It's amazing.
So, we've got a star in stripes here, Andy Dalton in the Bengals.
That's great.
What?
Too funny. That's making the rounds today.
NSFW, not safe for work.
It's not safe for work. There's going to be some heinies.
Why would you tell people that? It's the beauty of it.
And I think a quick dick shot. It was a quick dick shot, right? A lot of white heinies.
Now, how do you
We
work
can't
in
handle
there?
white heinies if we're at work.
They were bright, too. Just bright
white heinies.
Holy, glaringly white asses.
Yeah, we tweet all this shit that we talk about, so follow us on Twitter, Opie and Jimmy.
How can a woman work in that situation? Like, they interview in those same locker rooms, right?
I forget how that works. Haven't there been problems over the years? Yeah. Right?
Like, they can't ban them, but you still you can't tell the dudes how they have to put clothes on in the locker room.
I forget how that works. There's definitely been issues. We'll have to look it up, maybe. Ooh.
I think the women just gotta live with it.
They just got a deal?
Yeah, you have to, there's an announcement they make. There's a slit in the perimeter. There's a slit in the perimeter.
Nice.
Oh, that was a lot of asses out.
A lot of big asses, big white asses.
Did you see the Michigan State thing?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
Did you see how they lost this game?
No.
I did not.
Could you play this play for these guys?
Some guy had a heart attack after that. Some big fan had a fucking heart
Look
attack.
at this.
What?
This is how they lose.
Wait a minute.
I mean, this is pretty old by now because it was a couple days ago.
Saturday?
We'll put the link up in case you haven't seen this yet. Michigan State wins on mishandled Michigan punt. Watch this.
Right.
This is how
Michigan
they
against
fucking
Michigan
lost.
State.
Michigan is up by 2 points with 10 seconds left, fourth quarter. All they have to do is punt the ball.
All they have to do is punt, and they're pretty much done. Watch this.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game. Unbelievable.
At Michigan.
Oh, at Michigan. Harbaugh's, he's going to get fired. He's getting fired.
Harbaugh's like, what the fuck?
What?
That's how they lost the game.
You can't blame Harbaugh for that. When a player can't handle a snap, how did the coach say, remember, catch the ball?
Right. Isn't that amazing?
Were they happy, the fans?
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. You didn't see that over the weekend?
No.
That made the rounds. We'll put the link up.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Isn't it? Mishandled. All he had to do was punt the damn thing. He drops it. He panics, and then he tries. Why don't you just
fall on it?
If he fell on it, they still would have been okay.
Right?
Wait a minute.
That poor kid. He's
If
gonna
he
kill
falls
himself.
on it,
Then Michigan State still has to score a touchdown.
no, they don't.
They could
just will it go dead right there?
It would go dead right there.
Then they kick a field goal.
They could kick a field goal.
If there's more than one, if there's a second on the clock, the other team can kick a field goal.
Right, but they're at the 40-yard line.
Oh, okay.
40.
No.
Yeah,
He
that was
grabbed
long,
that ball
Dan.
for 40.
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
That would have been a 57-yarder from there?
Yeah, but
No, he
still,
wouldn't have made
then
that.
you wouldn't have made it.
It would have been a shot, though. They would have went for it.
What?
Isn't that fucked up?
I kicked one like that.
You did?
When?
Whatever.
All right. All right, whatever then.
Laces out, Chip.
Right on. All right, we're going to go eat. Sherrod, what are you promoting? You got Race Wars, which has got a nice
Race
buzz
Wars
on this
Wednesday.
fucking channel Wednesday nights.
Yes, baby.
Make sure you check it out.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about
7
something.
o'clock on Wednesdays.
Yes. I forgot. Yeah. 7 o'clock on Wednesdays. Race Wars. It's going to be a great show.
And you're not promoting anything else?
Yeah, I had something I wanted to say.
All right, you'll figure it
I'll
out.
figure it out, yeah.
We'll have it next after the break. And Jimmy, I know, is going to be in Albany this weekend.
I will be in Albany this weekend.
Comedy Works, I believe.
Is that
Comedy
near the
Works.
Knickerbocker?
What's that?
Knickerbocker Arena? Is that still up there?
What?
Albany. Knickerbocker Arena? Remember that arena?
I do not. No.
Really?
No.
There used to be the arena up in Albany.
No, there's The Egg is one comedian. I'm not doing an arena. I'm doing a very small club. That's where I love it. It's a 150-seat club.
Nice.
That's amazing to work out the material, and it's so good. So I'll do 4 shows there.
Nice.
And then Charlotte, Erie, Jacksonville, San Francisco, Scottsdale, and Louisville has been moved. Someone pointed that out. It's in February. I apologize. It's not in December. It was moved because I want to go to UFC. So I moved it.
Nice.
UFC in December.
And I have to go to that fight.
Who's fighting?
Aldo against Conor McGregor. So I'm going to go out there and really tear Vegas up. No, I'm not. I'm going to fly in. I'm going to go to the weigh-ins alone. I'm going to get a prostitute. I'm going to hope Rogan has dinner with me after the fight. That's going to be my fucking...
That sounds amazing.
Sad, friendless weekend.
That sounds great.
I have so many friends, but they're all married. Every friend I have can't just up and leave because they're all in relationships or married. And it's hard to get a comedian to take off on a Saturday.
It happens when you're in your 40s.
Ah, pickles.
Yeah.
It kind of happens.
Cock.
Hey,
Otto was still here.
I want to see what this is about, if this is true, and if we can find it. Ralphie in Ohio, go ahead.
Hey, you guys know you guys are always talking about the media being dumbasses half the time.
I don't like to say that.
Well, we're guilty of that. Friday we said Lamar Odom was brain dead because we were just kind of reading a report from somebody else.
I do. Well, the same thing the media did the other day after that Michigan State-Michigan game. Some station had to be the first to break the news of the Michigan win. And so they start talking about the win, and they had a big win, and they were able to hold them off, and then they cut back to the studio, and they're like, actually, we were wrong with that. Fucking hilarious.
Oh, wait, we might have found it.
It was like a Dewey win situation?
Well, I don't know if it was that big a deal.
They were just trying to get the jump on the other news channels in Michigan.
Exactly. Always got to be the first one, whether it's right or not.
Ralphie, I think we found it. Thank you. Let me hang up on you so we can play this quickly before the break. There you go, yeah.
Eric, I've got to tell you, the atmosphere inside Michigan Stadium was electric all day today. Very loud fan base. Both sides incredibly upset and frustrated by the officiating in that game. Both Michigan and Michigan State fans voicing their displeasure with numerous calls, but there is fairness in sports. It came down to strength versus strength. Michigan State's playmaker, Connor Cook, up against the best pass defense in the Big Ten, and the best pass defense won. Michigan coming up with a crucial stop, and they were
you dummy.
People were spilling out of Michigan Stadium into the streets of Ann Arbor celebrating as the Paul Bunyan Trophy is back in Ann Arbor for the first time.
You liar!
Well,
yeah, I know.
We'll have a lot more for you from Ann Arbor coming up tonight in the 11 o'clock sportscast, Eric.
Actually, Jamal, that was our mistake. Actually, Michigan was about to punt the ball with 10 seconds left in the game, and a botched snap cost them the game, and Michigan State returned it. The Spartans actually end up winning in the end. That was our mistake. We thought we'd seen the game was over. We will correct that in the 11th. Now,
that's bad.
They hung them out to dry.
Yep. They figure with 10 seconds left, though, do the report. That's usually a safe bet.
And he already spilled it. He was like, the fans were spilling into the street celebrating.
Yeah, meanwhile, they're walking out like it's mid-afternoon on September 11th. Fucking most miserable people I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I love when they get caught. I love it.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Lazy. He can wait just a couple more minutes before
10 seconds
before he gets his report in.
Well, he's outside. They probably went, it's good, go.
It's good, go. Let's get this done now.
We probably saw a couple of fans probably were coming out.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
30 seconds left. They got to punt. It's over. Let's beat traffic.
Yeah.
What do you say? We beat traffic, whatever. It's probably some fucking stupid college thing that they all go to. Let's go to, McGullahackies. That's like the local fucking college bar.
They got beer pints for $1.
Oh, I hate that. You ever go down to McGullahackies? Oh, it's legendary here. Shut up. Every fucking douchey college town has a fucking fun bar. Oh my God, you go down to Harriet's and ask for Joe. He'll fucking say, no, he won't.
I love a good college bar.
Me too.
I like nothing less than a college bar.
As funny as Jimmy is, I still enjoy
Thank
a good
you. I like
college town and a good college bar.
I like neither of those things. I like a good college girl with a fucking a nice pair of college tits. That's what I like, wrapped around my fucking old man dick. College tits around my almost 50-year-old wrinkled dick.
Well, you got to find a girl somewhere. That's where they hang. They hang at these bars.
No, I like her in the college bus stop trying to leave town. You need a ride, honey? Yes, I do. I'm getting F's. McGullahackies is no good. I need a ride.
My college bar was the in-between, and now it's no longer. After many, many years, they turned it into a dorm.
The in-between sounds like a great place to meet girls. That's the kind of bar I'd like to go to.
Amen.
Shit, pop block.
We all did all right back in the day, but now I guess it's a sorority or something.
Oh, wait, they've turned the bar into a sorority house?
Basher had no choice. He fucking had to sell the damn place. It broke a lot of people's hearts.
I mean, how close was this bar to the campus if they turned it into a sorority?
Well, McGullahackies is fucking 3 blocks away. Oh, the Michiganians, they love it after a big game. They'll yell, go Michigan. They'll have the jukebox. That's where there was always some weird story. That's where they filmed that scene in Top Gun where Tom Cruise sings. It was in McGullahackies. It's so funny because he had a cousin that went there.
Now when you go back to homecoming, you got to knock on the sorority door to show, to reminisce about the time you puked over 10-cent wings in this corner.
Really?
Yeah, it sucks. They fucking had to sell the damn thing.
College bars are fun, though. The beer's always warm and flat.
That's shitty beer.
Shitty.
The place smells a little pukey.
Yeah.
And sawdusty, right?
It's like an after hour. It's
I love it.
A speakeasy.
It brings you right back to your college days.
Brings me right back to my one semester of community college.
Well, that's
driving
why.
to Middlesex Community College and parking and walking with my textbooks at age 19. This stinks.
That's why.
I wish I had the guts to get on stage. This is terrible.
You knew that wasn't the life for you, didn't you?
I hated it. A B and 3 Fs. Oh, thank God I fucking have a sense of humor. Boy, I fucking hung myself in 1988.
What were you trying to study there?
I had dropped out of high school, so I was trying to get credit to transfer it for high school and college. I was just trying to get a high school diploma.
Right.
Yeah. You missed out on that college fun, Jimmy.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was definitely fun.
I'm sure it was, but
I enjoyed it.
My years from 18 to 21 were spent just getting things in order. Getting the old ducks in a row. Doing a little house cleaning internally. Then it was off to Joke City. then it was local boy makes good going to Joke City.
We enjoyed it so much that we hung around after we graduated.
Yeah, hung around a couple years.
But then you get the looks like, what are you still doing here?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, maybe someday you'll understand. This is an awesome place to live.
If I could live in that college bubble forever, I would never leave here.
But then it got creepy. Then our second year after we graduated, then it started to be very noticeable that maybe we should move on to another place.
Oh my God.
And we all moved up to Rochester instead.
Who's the grody old man? I don't like him. He keeps coming into McGullahackies and he's like telling me about all of his memories. Like, I don't care. I don't care about your memories. I'm trying to talk to someone who's on the football team. Your memories are stupid. He's laughing and reminiscing.
I actually did 6 years. My 5th year, I took, I think, 2 or 3 classes the whole year.
Right.
So my excuse was I'm still in college, but I spread it out so thin.
That's how you got to do it.
I had to go to school, I think, maybe twice a week tops.
Yes.
Oh my God, this guy is gross.
And then I finally graduated, and then we got real jobs, but we lived a half a mile from the action.
Still trying to be in the mix of the action of college.
You'd be at the bars, but then we're not relating anymore because you just look like the creep, like Jimmy said, the creepy old man
The
at 20.
grody old man.
At 24 years old.
Then old people who came with you, who graduated and moved on, come back for like homecoming or whatever, still see you there.
You were relieved when homecoming came around because then you did fit in.
You fit in again, yeah.
Oh my God, it's good seeing you. I'm like, well, actually, I never
left.
I'm still hanging around here.
He's still here. Could you take him with you? He's old and he plays songs from like 2 years ago.
You're right, though.
So grody.
The difference between 22 and 24 at college, wow, that's a huge difference.
But that's why Google and all these other businesses turned their fucking companies into just a campus.
College campuses.
Because everybody want to continue that life.
Yeah, they understood. But every fraternity, we had one too. We had a real old guy that was living in the house. Into his 30s.
You. What?
Into his 30s.
On campus?
God.
Or like in the
Our fraternity house was off campus.
So grody.
But he had a room and everything.
Was he still fucking college girls?
Oh, yes, he was.
You have
so
to.
we would look
he
at
wasn't.
him. We would look at him like, what, a little strangely. But then on the weekends, you understood, like, yeah, why would you ever fucking leave? You got your own room in a fraternity house, and you're bringing 20-year-old girls back to your,
what if he was
back
still
to the frat house?
What if he was still there right now? Like if you went back and he was still in that fucking place?
Yeah, he's long gone.
Oh my God, I hope he's dead. That's gross.
That is creepy.
Yeah.
What if it's somewhere where a whole bunch of young girls are fucking experimenting with fucking sex and they're dumb?
With guys our age, okay. People hate Valley Jim. People detest Valley Jim.
I like them.
All right, we'll take a break. We got to get into the Trump-Bush feud. A lot going on there.
Oh, with Jeb?
With Jeb responding to Trump's 911 comments. 9/11 comments, I should say.
Yeah, he didn't say 911.
9/11 comments. I
would have called 911. I would have called 911.
And
I saw the. I'll talk about when we come back. I saw a good Trade Center movie. I saw The Walk. In 3 dimensions.
All right, I want to know about that. I want to see The Damn Martian, but I had to see the Steve Jobs movie. Fuck. It was a terrific movie. It really was.
And
I'm excited to talk to Jeff Daniels tomorrow, but I would have never seen it on my own.
No, The Martian.
But the acting was wonderful. I want to see The Martian. What's that all about? It looks like people are enjoying that one.
I think it's a good movie.
I rarely go to the movies, so I'd rather pick my movie.
I just wait for it to come out on demand.
Goosebumps, thumbs up or down? Would you go Goosebumps?
I go Goosebumps, yeah. I love the books.
You read the books?
You read the books? Really?
Yes.
What are they about?
Just ghosts.
Monsters and stuff.
Scary books for kids.
Yeah.
And then all the characters come to life at one time.
Yeah, my daughter reads the books now. She still loves the books. I read them to her.
And Jack Black's in that movie.
Jack Black is in that movie.
Probably makes the funny eye thing. I always enjoy that.
He tends to work his eyes.
This guy's good.
He tends to work his eyes in movies a little bit. Every once in a while, he'll do something with his eyes.
He's got to act with all parts of his body.
Yeah, there is his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. He tends to do that every once in a while. Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit in these movies, right?
Crazy Eyed School of Rock, or Kids of Rock. That's going to be a musical now.
School of Rock?
Yes.
Yeah.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, is it? No.
I don't know. All right, we're breaking here, and blah, blah, blah. Sherrod Small in studio.
Yes.
Wherever I may roam. 23 years ago this came out? Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me.
Coming home.
You like the Metallica?
What's not to like?
I like that you like the Metallica. But Dylan, not so much?
I like Dylan.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to respect Dylan just because if you like music, you got to enjoy Dylan.
Of course.
Because he had hits all across the board. Even people use his music and add hits for themselves.
And you got to respect that plug it in.
Plug it in.
He plugged it in.
He plugged it in.
That's you got to respect that shit.
I told you I saw that footage, that rare footage of him down at the Cafe Wa in the Village.
Right.
Live on stage. This was like in 68.
Man.
67, 68.
That's pretty cool.
Him and they had some footage of Jimi Hendrix too there, like early on.
And that footage anywhere?
I think you can probably Google it.
It might
it
be
was
on
on
YouTube by now.
VH1 Classics or something like that. I think they had a documentary where they showed some of that footage of Dylan down there in the basement.
That's the old days with Manny. Manny was filming everyone back then, right?
That was even before Manny.
Before Manny.
Yeah, this was back when the first Manny, David Lee Roth's uncle, Manny Rothman, used to own the Comedy Cellar, that building, Elm Tree, and it was the Cock and Bull. That was the name of it.
And Dylan played there?
No, that was he played next door
at Cafe Wa.
At Cafe Wa, right?
Who played at that building?
The Cock and Bull.
Yeah.
The Cock and Bull. It was like a bar and restaurant.
Was it?
Cock and Bull.
It had to be a gay joint.
No,
right?
no. This was like This is just like.
In an area that used to be known as pretty gay, they had a bar named Cock and Ball.
Yep.
And it wasn't
Cock
gay.
and Bull.
Oh, Bull.
Cock and Bull. Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying ball.
No, that's a gay bar.
I hear you. All right. All right. So Trump says immigration plans could have prevented 9/11.
Immigration?
His immigration plans.
Because it would have stopped what?
Guys from probably coming in from Canada or Mexico. I think they came in from Canada.
It would have been tougher to get into the country, I guess is what he's saying.
Or maybe from Saudi Arabia. Where they came from. Saudi
They
Arabia.
never would have stopped
Visas.
the Saudis. Saudis never get stopped from coming in. Right. I don't care what kind of security you got.
It's a quick clip. Let's play this. It sets the stage for Jeb Bush responding.
Something you said on Friday has stirred up some controversy about George W. Bush and the Twin Towers.
When you came down during his reign.
Jeb Bush responded to your comments with a tweet. He said, "How pathetic." Question, do you blame George W. Bush for 9/11?
Look, Jeb said we were safe with my brother. We were safe. Well, the World Trade Center just fell down. Now, am I trying to blame him? I'm not blaming anybody. But the World Trade Center came down. So when he said we were safe, that's not safe. We lost 3,000 people. It was one of the greatest, probably the greatest catastrophe ever in this country. If you think about it, right?
What would you have done?
Well, I would have been much different, I must tell you. Somebody said, well, it wouldn't have been any different. Well, it would have been. I am extremely, extremely tough on illegal immigration. I'm extremely tough on people coming into this country. I believe that if I were running things, I doubt that those people would have been in the country. So there's a good chance that those people would not have been in our country. With that being said, I'm not blaming George Bush, but I don't want Jeb Bush to say, my brother kept us safe, because September 11th was one of the worst days in the history of this country.
Yeah, that wasn't a safe
Something
day.
you said.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, that's not unreasonable. Yeah. And you're right, the Saudis, 15 of those 19 were Saudis. It's like, stop it thinking we're going to keep Saudi Arabians out. No, you're not.
You're not.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not.
That's like turning away big spenders at a Vegas casino.
Right. Yeah, because the guy smokes. Well, we can't have him in here. He's got cigarettes. He's got $8 million. All right, let him shit in her mouth. You, lay down. What do you mean? I'm a casino host. Open your mouth, pig. He's shitting in
it. He's what we call a whale.
Yeah, he's a whale.
You're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want if you're a whale. So then Jeb Bush was not happy about that, and we'll play some of this.
Yeah,
but there's some good parts in this.
There are.
Yeah, he calls Trump a cunt. That was really surprising. I can't believe Jeb said, did he say cunt? He said it nicely, though. He's like, he's kind of acting like a cunt. I'm like, what? Oh, Jeb.
The thing to notice about this, which is unfortunately a visual, is that Jeb Bush does not look presidential for 1 second.
No.
I don't think he's presidential at all. He has no charisma. He's got that low energy that Donald Trump pointed out.
He just ain't got it. He's ain't got that it factor. Even George W. had it.
Yes, he's a very underrated politician, George Bush. Yeah. Much slicker guy than people thought he was. He knew how to like country boy it off.
Yes.
I'm a regular guy. Yeah. But man, he was a very underrated politician.
Who was the last president that was kind of a dud as far as his personality went?
His father. The first Bush.
Yep.
Yeah, there's your answer.
Yeah.
But in general, these guys have a lot of charisma. A lot. Whether you like them or not, they always have that big personality.
Yeah.
Jeb does not have that.
Zero.
Now here with us in the flesh to respond is former Florida Governor.
Already looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's in his own head.
Thanks, Jake. So, what did you actually do about Mr. Trump's remarks about 9/11 and your brother?
Look, my brother responded to a crisis, and he did it as you would hope a president would do. He united the country, he organized our country, and he kept us safe. And there's no denying that. The great majority of Americans believe that, and I don't know why he keeps bringing this up. It doesn't show that he's a serious person as it relates to being commander-in-chief and being the architect of a foreign policy. Across the spectrum of foreign policy, Mr. Trump talks about...
His head moves a lot when he talks.
Yes. What is he, Indian?
Well, his head moves a lot.
But I think that's new. I think because he's really, it's in his head that he's a low energy person, so he's trying to do anything to make it look like he has energy.
You don't need a Red Bull. It's not going to help. His head is literally moving nonstop. My God, stop moving your head.
As though he's still on The Apprentice. I mean, literally talking about Syria, saying ISIS should take out Assad, then Russia should take out ISIS, as though it was some kind of board game and not a serious approach. This is just another example of the lack of seriousness, and this is a serious time.
Stop saying serious.
We're under grave threats again, and I think we need a president with a steady hand.
To play and a shaky head. A steady hand and Katharine Hepburn's head. Fucking asshole. The hand of a surgeon and the head of a fucking Parkinson's patient. Lots of energy, only in the head. Steady as she goes with the old hands.
It's at all possible that your loyalty to your brother, while very admirable on a personal level, might be in some ways a political or policy liability, blinding you to mistakes he made.
No, I mean, so next week Mr. Trump is probably going to say that FDR was around when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. It's what you do after that matters.
We can kind of see the difference between those two things. Yeah, is you know.
He was only in office for what? How long?
The Japanese didn't do it with American planes that they got on.
And it wasn't done, you know.
How long was Trump? Trump, Jesus.
I didn't even fault George Bush for 9/11. I think that you shouldn't fault him.
But how long was he in office? He was like in office 8 months, something like that? At that
when it first happened?
Yeah. 6 to 8 months. When did you start? February, right?
Yeah.
January something.
Like 7 8 months.
January 20th, usually the
January. It's about 8 months he was in office.
Yeah.
That's the sign of leadership. It's not does anybody actually blame my brother for the attacks on 9/11? If they do, they're totally marginalized in our society. It's what he did afterwards that mattered, and I'm proud of him, and so are a bunch of other people. You don't have to have your last name named Bush to be able to understand that. And it just calls into question Mr. Trump's credibility.
He's right. You know what? He's absolutely right. We need another Bush president. I mean, because it's cool, and we need to have only two families running. If it's not a Clinton or a Bush, we shouldn't even look at them. I totally agree.
Okay, but he even knows. He doesn't even use his name in all the posters and stuff. It just says Jeb.
Exclamation point.
He wants people to think that maybe he's not a Bush or something, which is kind of nuts.
Like he might be a black sheep.
Just fucking own it. It's Jeb with an exclamation point.
Yeah, it's chief and an architect of the next generation foreign policy, which we desperately need in this country right now.
Obviously, Al Qaeda was responsible for the terrorist attack of 9/11.
Wait a minute, it's the first I'm hearing of this. What is this guy doing with his fancy accusations? He's going to feel silly. He's like to be like that fucking reporter in Michigan. He's going to come back, we're very sorry, it was not. It was the American government. It's an inside job. I saw Loose Change version 41, where they change everything again. Fucking assholes.
But how do you respond to critics who ask, if your brother and his administration bear no responsibility at all, how do you then make the jump that President Obama and Secretary Clinton are responsible for what happened at Benghazi?
Jack Tapper coming in hot.
The question on Benghazi, which is hopefully will now finally get the truth to, is was the place secure? They had a responsibility in the Department of State to have proper security. There were calls for security. It looks like they didn't get it. And how was the response in the aftermath of the attack? Was there a chance that these 4 American lives could have been saved? That's what the investigation is about.
Can't compare Benghazi to 9/11.
Stop it. We can't.
It's a foreign country. I mean, I'm not saying that they did it right, but 4 people killed stinks. Not the same as September 11th.
Does he even want to be president?
We got college campuses, people getting killed every day.
Yeah, there's more people killed in fucking Virginia Tech than there were at fucking Benghazi.
Who's protecting us?
That's the song I'm working on. Who's protecting us? That's all I got.
That's it.
Boo.
It's not a political issue. It's not about the broad policy issue. Were we doing the job of protecting our embassies and our consulates? And during the period, those hours after the attack started, could they have been saved?
But he's saying the exact opposite of what he said before. The people who blame George W. Bush are saying that he didn't protect the country properly before the event.
Right.
And he's very conveniently using that excuse for Benghazi.
Jeb was doing way better in his race. before he was talking.
Yes.
Before he opened his mouth, I thought he was going to win.
I didn't realize he had this type of personality.
Or liver spots on his forehead. He's really unpleasant to look at in HD. Well, he should only be fucking zoomed in from far away. He's not a fucking... I don't like a guy with liver spots on his head.
You can cover that up with makeup, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say buzz off, Jeb.
Keep going.
Well, that's kind of proving the point of the critics I was just asking about.
Oh, Jeb stepped in it now. Go ahead, get him.
Good luck with this, Jeb.
9/11, and I understand that argument, and Al-Qaeda is responsible, but why are the terrorists not the ones who are responsible for these attacks in Libya?
They are. Of course they are, but if the ambassador was asking for additional security and didn't get it, that's a proper point. And if it's proven that the security was adequate compared to other embassies, fine, we'll move on.
Now, you're making some very strong statements about Donald Trump in this interview this morning. You just put out a new web ad, in fact, attacking Trump, saying he's not serious. Let's play a clip from that.
Ooh, let's see this.
A rap battle.
President of the United States. Commander-in-Chief of the world's most powerful military in control of 4,650 nuclear
and neither of us serves. That's hilarious. That's clown music.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, that was good.
Very funny.
I have not seen this
Please,
yet.
can we hear that again? That musical.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was great. That's clown music.
Explain what's under the clown music.
Trump just fucking fixing his hair. And
fixing his clown hair. Because he makes fun of his clown hair. They go with the record scratch, too?
Yes.
Yes.
Stop the press.
Control 4,600 nuclear warheads.
Now the ad goes.
Why wouldn't you let that play? The guy, the show that he's on.
Oh yeah, Jake Tapper. They stopped it.
Why would you stop that?
We'll find the video.
All right,
man. It's on to highlight or low light, depending on your point of view, of Trump's moments in which I'm sure you would argue he is not being serious. In light of this new ad, let me re-ask you what I asked at the last debate.
It's like playing a tuba behind a nigga.
On the nation's nuclear codes, your ad seems to be stating very clearly that you invoke the number of nuclear weapons the United States has.
What happened?
I have grave doubts, to be honest with you, and it's only because of the things he says. It looks as though
I would have respected Jeb Bush way more if he laughed after that.
Yes! Right. Be a human being!
Be a human being. That's hilarious. That's a nice shot you took.
He's in his own head too much, Jeb Bush. In his own head.
He's overthinking everything, right?
Yeah.
He should have had a moment there and just smiled or laughed, like, huh? And be proud of it.
Yes.
It's your stamp of approval that you put it out there.
He's in the corner right now. Everybody who giving him money, because he got a lot of money to run, they like this. You got to do something.
Yeah, he's stone-faced. He should have had a moment there.
He's feeling the pressure.
All right, continue. This is good. I like this.
Not taking the responsibility, the possibility of being president of the United States really seriously. For him, it looks as though he's an actor playing a role of a candidate for president, not boning up on the issues, not having a broad sense of the responsibilities of what it is to be a president. In his own words, it gives me great concern for sure. And a lot of other people will as well.
Ah, shut up. You're getting your fucking cock kicked in the polls. Who's taking you seriously?
No one.
Your boring fucking disposition and your shitty, predictable things you say. You're losing badly.
Yeah.
You're losing badly.
Yes.
So everyone is watching you and watching him and going, you stink.
And the more we hear from Jeb, the less people like him.
Yeah. He's got the same poll numbers as fucking Hitler or the Easter Bunny. He fucking stinks.
Is this the commercial?
This is the commercial.
All right, here's the full commercial. I want to see where it goes after that. President of the United States is the commander-in-chief of the world's most powerful military in control of 4,650 nuclear warheads.
That's a lot. Hey!
Wow, he's touching the hair.
Talk to for military advice right now.
Well, I watch the shows. I mean, I really see a lot of great, when you watch your show and all of the other shows.
He has said publicly that he watches cable news, and that's one of the ways that he bones up on our national security.
Trump says he, quote, always felt that I was in the military, despite never serving in the military, and draft deferments during Vietnam.
There's nobody bigger or better at the military than I am.
Donald Trump said Senator John McCain is not a war hero.
He's not a war hero. I like people that weren't captured. captured, okay?
Who do you think among the presidential candidates would be the best qualified to make a deal with Iran?
I think Hillary would have... Hillary's always surrounded herself with very good people. I think Hillary would do a good job.
So the deal lives in a Trump administration.
Well, it's very tough to do when you say rip up a deal, because I'm a deal person.
When he goes on this radio program and doesn't know who some of the major players are.
I'm used to, dealing with killers, people that go,
Donald Trump doesn't like to be questioned on the issues.
Trump is weak on policy.
When you are running for the presidency of the United States of America, the most important title is Commander-in-Chief. They should have a working knowledge.
There's no excuse for him not to be prepared for these questions. Donald Trump was not able to do that, so that should be concerning to voters.
Donald Trump is causing a race toward the bottom.
It's delusional. Mr. Trump did not have a firm grasp of what was really going on.
I will be so good at the military, your head will spin. Let me tell you, I'm a really smart guy.
I love it. Wow. That was that's probably the best political ad I've ever seen. How humiliating that music.
And they show Trump, and then it knocks down and says stumped. That is funny, man. That is funny.
I'm so good at the military, your head will spin.
I think it's going to get him more votes.
Oh, God.
The motherfucker is himself.
Has Trump commented on this yet? I love all this shit.
I never saw this in a... Like, where they playing this commercial? Is it national?
I don't know. Jeb sent it out to his 400 Twitter followers. Fucking asshole. No online presence.
I was on the web because it was like almost 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Go back to that interview. Is there anything else?
We've seen the best parts of it. If you want to continue.
Is there anything worse? That was really awful.
Yeah, just for one more minute. Let's just see.
Why do you think he continues to do so well with Republican voters?
Oh, all right. That's a good question.
Look, he's a phenomenal personality for sure, and he's capturing people's deep anger and angst about Washington, D.C.
And you're not.
But he's not going to be able to solve these problems. He's mirroring people's anger, and he does it very effectively. But
basically what he's saying is all the people hate our guts, and Trump is showing you why you hate our guts. You're one of the people that we don't like, Dumbbell.
We need some passion from these other guys, right?
Honesty, passion.
Bernie Sanders gives you a little passion.
Because he's authentic.
He yells at you, though.
He's just a yelling fucking old man from Vermont.
Yells at you.
Can I point out one thing from this interview?
Yeah.
He's got the nervous blink.
Yeah.
He's got the nervous, like,
yeah, but I've always kind of had
that. Oh, not you. You're fine.
He's just very uncomfortable.
Like he's nervous and irritated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's holding it all in.
Yeah. It's like, let it out.
Let it out. You have nothing to lose. You're so far down in the polls. Just let it out finally.
You have nothing to lose. Just
like he has a hilarious commercial about Trump, and they play part of it, and he's stone-faced on TV.
About who's going to be president of the United States, who has the judgment and the seriousness and the ideas to be president to lead us in a different direction, I think that his support will wane.
There are Democrats with whom I've spoken who think that if it ends up being Trump versus Clinton, that Clinton will just destroy him, and that there will be Republican officials who come out and endorse Hillary Clinton. Do you agree?
I don't think Trump's going to win the nomination. I think we're going to have a nominee that will unite the party and win the presidency.
What makes you think he's not going to get the nomination?
Yeah.
He's been leading in the polls now for months. Just as a political reporter, I don't see any evidence that he's not going to get the nomination.
We'll see, Jake. I mean, this time 4 years ago, this time 8 years ago, the conditions were very different, and the nominee emerged in the January and February timeframe, and I expect that will be the case again this time.
When do they actually say who the nominee is? Is it January, February?
I don't know.
Do you know, Travis?
No, I mean, primaries don't even start till late February, March.
Okay.
Right. Like, why are they pretending like somebody had a big lead like this 4 or 8 years ago and then lost it? Nobody did. Nobody had a lead like Trump had
Nothing
and
like
then lost
this.
it.
But they're saying
in 3 months.
It becomes more clear in January and February. You know, you start getting the idea like this is going to be the guy. But they still have to go through the process.
They're thinking some of Trump's supporters are going to pull out by then. They think some of the money's going to go to other candidates.
Look, they're pointing out that he doesn't really focus on issues, and it still doesn't affect his poll numbers that much.
They all focus on issues, and they stink.
Yeah.
So fuck them. They've all been focused on issues. Half of them don't do what they say. So what's the difference if they focus on issues? Fuck them.
We just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
We just want to.
Yeah.
Go in some arena somewhere and just have a good time with Trump.
Here's why I want Trump to
he
win.
talks off the cuff.
Because I have a photo with him. That's why I want the president to be somebody I've already taken a photograph with.
You don't have a Hillary picture? That surprises me.
Never met Hillary.
Really?
Nope. We used to text all the time, too. She would send me upskirt shots.
Oh, nice. Nicey nice.
Did you ask for that, or did she just send it on her own to you?
I was really annoyed. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, lighten up, LOLs.
LOLs.
With a Z? With
a Z. She goes Z. You know what? I want more of this, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Campaign fundraising numbers were put out this week. Your spokesman, Tim Miller, had a rather arch comment about your former protege, Senator Marco Rubio. Miller tweeted, quote, lying about budgets. Guess Marco picked up something in the Senate. Them's fighting words.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not into all that, but
you're not into all what?
People about his.
And that's his campaign manager said that, right? About a guy that he was a mentor to,
Yes.
Marco Rubio.
Yes.
And now they running for the same office.
Yes.
And they turning on each other.
Yes.
And he can't even keep it real with that shit.
I'm not into all that.
I'm not into all that.
What are you talking about?
What are you into? What?
The dude works for you. Who said it?
I don't know what this guy's into.
Mexican women.
All right. Okay.
Probably a big submissive.
That's his wife is Mexican.
She probably pinches his nipples,
All right.
smothers his face with her nice hiney.
Oh, you know
gives
she
his
does.
nips a pinch.
They have a wonderful relationship.
I'm sure they do.
I like Mexican girls.
Mexican girls go in.
They're awesome.
Oh, they go in.
About his fundraising results. That's fine. Look, the process part of this is not my motivation to run. I believe we can grow our economy at a far faster rate and have a set of concrete plans to do that. And I think on foreign policy, we've done the exact same thing. So each and every day
This
that
is
I
just like
campaign-
listening to Trump.
Yeah. You know what? He's good for old people. He seems like he'll make old people feel safe and secure.
Oh, yeah,
That's why he
okay.
did well in Florida.
But you could go back 20, 30 years and hear these candidates say the exact same thing he just said.
Yeah.
The exact same thing. Go ahead.
I focus on those things.
You probably watched some of the Democratic debate the other night.
These guys are
You
just
want to be the
tedious.
Republican that takes on the nominee, still likely to be Hillary Clinton, according to polls. How did she look to you? Did she look tough? Did she look beatable?
She looked beatable because of the ideas she embraced. She did a good job in the debate for sure.
it's really
She's a
fucking-
smart person, no doubt about that. But every chance she had to lay out a
I'm
different
tired of
approach.
this stiff. Can we stop watching
At
this?
least he said a woman was beatable.
She
That's
definitely
what we
looked
do
beatable.
share.
Good old Sherrod.
He promotes domestic violence. She's definitely looked beatable.
I'm starting to listen to this guy now.
Yeah, you know what? He's 100% behind fucking smacking Hillary around, this guy. He doesn't take any shit.
Now, we do have another Jeb Bush clip.
Oh,
but this
God.
No, this is good.
This is
Is
good.
it good?
though.
Why
Yes.
is the audio broken?
This is.
Does he
He's
say
had a little
clit?
trouble here, and nobody helps him.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good. This one is good. We got to bring it
creativity
back.
to the process as well. So I was thinking you were going to bring up the tragedy that took place. I'll never forget that when I went as governor of the state of Florida on the tarmac to for a tribute to the astronauts that died in I think it was 2005, wasn't it, or two? No, well the
the tribute, he said. President McCollum?
yeah. No, the other one.
Well said.
2002.
Can't remember everything.
In the 2000s.
He's panicking.
Nothing.
He's panicking.
And he got pissed off.
And he got angry.
Oh,
He's
that was
mad
so
at
great.
himself. Go back.
take it back.
Wow.
2002.
Can't remember everything.
In the 2000s. It was horrible. And it's that this is a dangerous endeavor, but it's worth us for all sorts of reasons to be engaged in it.
He has his brother's mannerisms with his hands. When I just watched him from the side. He's like W with his hands. They have that thing. He's just a fucking frump.
He just doesn't have
He
that.
commands no respect and no attention. He's like me trying to order a drink in a bar when there's hot girls around. I literally, no one has ever not gotten a bartender's attention better than me. I am fucking invisible. Excuse me, can I? They look right over me. It's fucking. That's exactly how I know how he feels. That's me every time I'm in a bar trying to get a club soda.
Really?
Yes.
He does
no
not.
respect.
No respect.
None.
Zero.
I don't command any respect.
Zilch.
He has no personality.
Yeah, he ought to be fixing his tie. I tell you. 2000, I can't remember. Hey, Dr. Vinny Boom Bots, he remembers this accident, doesn't he?
Oh, man, it's embarrassing.
And he breaks down. You know, when you're in that position, and you got to keep your cool.
Yeah, he got frustrated real fast.
Was he trying to get a laugh when he said in the 2000s?
No, he was complete frustration.
I think somebody in his staff yelled out one of the wrong answers.
I think someone in the audience did. Yeah.
I think
the audience, somebody in the audience, I believe.
And then didn't he just say, "Oh, whenever they blow up and make a fall down," that's what he said. Whenever they came through the atmosphere and burned up like little marshmallows.
I kind of feel bad for him in this clip.
It's embarrassing.
I kind of feel bad for him.
It's like watching a comic bomb.
He's hurting. Yeah. He's hurting right now.
Yeah.
He's hurting.
Look at his body language.
It really is awful.
Hunched shoulders, looking at the ground.
Oh my God. He's so defeated.
For Pete's sake.
Oh, man.
He wants to be anywhere but that place.
Oh. It's horrible. And it's that this is a dangerous endeavor, but it's worth fuss for all sorts of reasons to be engaged.
Worth fuss?
Yep. You remember what your question is?
I got two.
All right, that was it.
It just kills all of the energy in the room.
Where did they heliport that black dude from? He's the only black dude there.
Yeah.
He's way hipper than the whole room, so he's not even an old black dude.
He was casted.
It's like, get Reginald from the mail room. He'll come up here and ask a question.
Yeah, they got him from a casting call. To ask two questions.
Yes.
Not one, but two.
Brutal.
That was a terrible clip. Wow.
That's uncomfortable. Trump would have had us entertained the whole time.
Oh, yeah. You'd be like, I don't remember the name. Oh, well.
Who cares?
Yeah, we'll
there's a way to handle that. Sorry, I can't place the date. It happens.
Right. And they're all nodding in the audience. They're with him like, come on, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this.
Even with the SNL thing, Hillary did the skit on SNL a couple weeks ago. It was huge. And now Trump's coming and he's hosting it.
Yes.
So it just seems like that's a big star move.
That's going to help him in the polls, too.
How can it not?
It's not going to hurt him. He's made for that shit.
Made for it. It's going to be unbelievable to see him in the different skits. I want to see him go there with something. Though.
Imagine if he did really tasteless ones. Yes. He played a pedophile or a murderer or date rapist. Plays Cosby. Does this vicious date rape.
The Cosby sweater?
Yeah. Just goes in blackface as Cosby.
Yeah, blackface as Cosby doing rapes.
They should make him a border patrol officer. Just get
Yes.
Come on in.
He'll probably only play himself. I can't see him playing anybody else.
He has to play somebody else.
Will he?
He has to.
Did anyone see speaking of commercials, we just played that Donald Trump commercial. You see the participation trophy commercial they did?
I did, the car commercial.
You saw it last night?
I did. No, I've seen it the other day.
I saw it for the first time yesterday, and I'm sitting there like, bravo. I wonder if they're going to get some heat. What car is it for? That's right, the Sorrento. Yep. Is this the actual clip?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll.
Bullshit. Did they have him pull off the fucking tag on the thing?
We'll tweet this out. So
I don't know.
You got a kid and a father. They're leaving the trophy ceremony after a really good football season, and this is what goes down.
Let me see that.
Participant.
Participation trophy. But we won every game. Why did we get the same trophy as all those teams we beat? Are we going to start ending games with hugs instead of handshakes? No.
He takes off the participation thing.
No.
And he writes champs on it, and he looks around. He's stealing that car. And then he gets in.
Here you go, champ. Bravo to these people.
Here you go, champ.
It's kind of like the football player Harrison, who used to play for the Steelers, came out and said the whole thing about participating. He threw his kids' trophies away, the participation trophies. Like, you can't just get a trophy for participating.
And I get yelled at. Why wouldn't you want the kids to feel good about themselves? There's other ways to make them feel good about themselves.
Yeah, you feel good about yourself for playing on the team.
I don't want them to feel like shit after a sports season. But there's other ways to do that, and then you got to acknowledge the teams and the players that did the best.
Well,
of course you do.
Are the winners not getting trophies saying they won? Like, I think they should get something saying
Oh, my God. If you want to go down this road again, these phones will light up.
I don't mind the losers getting one, too, because it doesn't matter to me. If they do, it's not an important thing if you win or lose a football championship and when you're 9. But I think the winners should get something.
You should be able to tell the difference between a winning trophy and the participation trophy.
Yeah, the loser's trophy should be little girls.
I don't think they should call it the loser trophy either.
They should calls the loser trophy for football, and it's a girl in a football uniform crying like a Norman Rockwell fucking painting. A girl with fucking braids, like rubbing tears out of her eyes. Nice try, loser, with a fucking dick hanging in her face. That's what you get. And the winner's trophy is a man standing on a mountain holding a football in victory with a proud father. And the loser's trophy is a little girl in braids crying and a dick in her face, and the father slamming the door. It's a big trophy. There's a lot happening.
It's a huge trophy, it sounds like. Of course you don't want the kids to feel like shit, but we don't have thinkers. We don't have people that could figure this shit out. Like, okay, let's do it this way. Let's get the championship trophies out there, and then let's do something else for everyone to make them feel good about their season.
I remember being happy just having a uniform and a jersey and like, oh, I'm part of the team.
Yeah, that was
exciting. And then you work
exciting.
toward other stuff.
Right.
My daughter, 10-year-old daughter, is on a travel soccer team, and if either team is ahead by 8. They have to stop and not score any and give the other team a chance to catch up. And if that team scores, the coach gets fined $100 per goal.
So that's just that is just stupid.
So there was one game my daughter's team was up and they had to just pass it back and forth. One kid accidentally scored and all the parents had to chip in to pay the fine. Sorry, chip in, to pay the fine for the coach.
What? That is just the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You don't understand.
Just don't play.
Here's when all this started. This is what it's about. It's not about being polite or politically. It's because some student picked up a gun and went shooting. And when all these shootings are happening by students who are unhappy and parents are going, all right, what's happening? None of these kids who are shooting are winning trophies. None of them are like, wow, he had so many football scholarship trophies. They're all these outcasts and losers. So they're like, how do we take the ones who are fucking shooting all the winners? How do we guarantee you that's what started this whole thing.
Well, Columbine, they said all jocks stand up, and he started taking out the jocks.
Yeah, and it's like there's been shooting after shooting after shooting, and like something is happening. How do we stop all of these fucking miserable people from shooting everybody? I'm not saying that.
I see what you're saying.
It's like this culture of the ones who are getting what they perceive as nothing shooting. Now again, I'm not saying that's because they didn't get a trophy. I think people are just trying to figure out what do we do to not make people feel excluded, because it seems like the one thing all these people who are fucking going on rampages have in common is they've been excluded. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm only saying it seems to me like there's a tie-in.
But we all felt excluded in school at one point or another.
Yes, we did.
But
then most of us, you go, all right, I obviously suck at this. I'm going to move on to something else.
But a lot of this, we didn't have.
Hopefully, I'll be more accepted.
Could you imagine having like a Facebook or a Twitter in high school?
Oh, God, no.
And motherfuckers putting some shit on there that's going to stay on there about you?
Yeah, maybe it was harder to get away from when we were growing up, too. Or easier to get away from when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Like you said, Facebook and all this stuff, being reminded of how you're shitty.
All that stop bullying, all those stop bullying campaigns is all horseshit. The bullying is worse than ever. If you know anything about, kids, what's going on now. With social networking is way worse than if someone said it to your face in a schoolyard.
Because back in the day, if somebody was fucking with you at school, you'd be like this: I ain't going to school today. Maybe I'll miss a day and it'll die down. But now you stay home and you can still see them talking shit about you on the Facebook and Twitter.
Right.
You can't get away from it.
Being a bully is also frowned on now, though. Like, if you're in school now and you're called a bully, that's like a negative. Back then, it was like, yes, I am a bully. Like, I was never one, but you know what I mean? Like, if you were a bully back then, it wasn't this big deal. He's a bully. Yeah, go fuck yourself. But now it's like a horrible thing to be called a bully.
It's like a racist, being called a racist.
Yeah.
I said it. I was in one of the playgrounds in New York City with my kid, and there was a kid acting up being a bully to this kid. He starts screaming, bully, bully, right away. And the kid panicked, the one that was doing the bullying, like, I'm not a bully, and left the situation immediately. Jimmy's absolutely right. I saw it with my own eyes. No one wants to be called a bully in these playgrounds.
So maybe it worked. Maybe this whole media push.
But then that same guy goes home and starts bullying with the social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, social media bullying stinks, although I'd take that to have my fucking head put in a toilet.
So that happened to you?
No, I was not bullied because it was funny. The only thing that kept me from having that was the fact that I could make them laugh, and the one thing that they were all afraid of was being embarrassed. And it's the only thing that the non-fighting kid has over the fighting kid.
So it helped you in a way, just like it helped you.
Being funny, well, in a way, no, that was a reflex to being afraid, was being funny. So it was like that. Thank God I was funny.
But fear is a good thing sometimes because it motivates you to work on other aspects of yourself.
Your personality.
Yeah.
And move on to something else.
Yeah.
To Justin's point, when I used to watch my nephew play football, same type of situation. If they were up by a certain amount of points, I forget now, the whole first team had to leave the game until the other team caught up.
I'm like, why not just stop the game?
But if you're a player and you're a starting player, now you're not going to play up to your potential because you know if you go too far, you're going to be yanked out of the game until the other team knocks down that point difference.
Why
that
not
is so stupid.
That's the dumbest shit.
That's such a bad lesson to teach kids.
Of course, it's like
so
you
bad.
actually have to back up now. You got to back up with your skills.
Look, it's like Little League World Series. If the teams go up by 10 runs or something like that, they just stop the game.
Yeah.
The game stopped. You don't make everybody else bet the other way, like lefty's going to bet righty and righty's going to bet lefty. That sounds dumb to me.
When I played Little League, and what happened is if we lost, this is what happened. So now it's a participation trophy. If we lost, the coach would fuck all of us in the mouth.
Well, that's tough, man.
I'm for that.
That's a tough coach.
Yeah, I mean, you play a little hard out, though. You play a little hard out. I don't want to get fucked in the mouth.
How many games did you throw on purpose, Joe?
All of a sudden, I'm for participation trophies.
Yeah, nobody wanted to get fucked in the mouth.
We're all winners. Yay!
And the parents knew about it. They'd be in the stand, and you'd hear the clanking of you'd all have to stand up against the fence, and as your mouth is getting fucked, you'd hear the clanking of the fence. You know what it sounds like when someone bangs against the fence? Yes. Picture that right next to you, and you're like, oh no, it's my turn next.
Oh, God.
You have fence clanging getting louder and louder.
Yes.
Whitey Herzog used to do that with some of the Cardinals teams of the 80s.
Oh, he did.
Fuck him right in the mouth. That's how you straighten out a losing streak.
He woke them up, though.
Yep. I remember Ron Guidry walked two people in a row, and Billy Martin fucked him in the mouth right there on the mound.
Did you go to Penn State? Man.
Speaking of baseball, this is a quickie. The Casey Stern thing. I saw this or heard this, actually. Let's play it for the people, and we'll tweet it out.
At it again. We'll show you as we continue on TBS. Boom, motherfucking.
What did he say?
Boom, motherfucker.
Boom, motherfucker.
Well, it's just,
It was
just
on
dumb.
air?
If you know that you could be on air, like, you shouldn't just do that because you know people get caught all the time. It's just stupid.
I mean, it's a sport. Yeah,
whatever.
That was TBS, though.
We could handle a curse. Relax.
Yeah, it's not an FCC violation.
We could handle that shit, right?
During a baseball game, I think we'll be all right.
Steve in Buffalo. Steve.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey.
I'm just listening to this stuff right now, and it's amazing to hear that kids have to stop, halfway through the game if they're beating another team by so many scores. In my opinion, people don't practice a sport so that they can only get to so many points to stop playing. They practice to win. That's all it's about. It's about winning. Give the kids something to practice for, not just to play until they hit 20 points over the other team.
And if you ever were into a sport, when you got your ass kicked, those nights were easy to sleep.
Because you knew.
No, it was the games that you lost by a point or something that would be with you for days or until the next time you played. But if you got your ass handed to you, you just slept like a baby.
I remember when we was in Little League. We were in Little League. We used to play the Puerto Rican team from Coney Island.
Oh, Jesus.
Now these motherfuckers.
What the fuck?
It was like playing the Yankees.
They had a Puerto Rican team?
There was an all Puerto Rican team, and this was the Coney Island Puerto Rican team. Like the other Puerto Rican teams was even like these are the ones who really play.
Coney Island was the best Puerto
Rican team. They used to beat us by like 21 points.
You just knew going in you had no shot.
You had no shot at it, but we just tried to get better. When we lost by like a run or two, that's when it hurts.
That's why you practice. You practice to win. And these kids, I get the bullying and stuff like that. But if you have a bunch of kids that practice to only get to 10 points over the other team, then what's the point of, really practicing hard? You only go 50% in practice because if you beat a team by so many points, you're going to stop playing. That's not fair to the kids.
Do you think it's just about winning, or is it about fucking healthy comp? I'm kind of playing a fucking stupid devil. I don't have kids either way, so I have no investment in this shit. But is it if you're winning by 10? And again, it's not like professionals where the other team really can come back and win. If you're destroying a team that does kind of suck, and you're murdering them, is that good sportsmanship to just continue destroying them?
No.
No, I'm not saying that. And I get where you're coming from, Jimmy, because I have a degree in sports management.
I do too. That's why I'm asking. Yeah.
I played sports in college, so I get where you're coming from. And, absolutely, I'm not saying go out and stomp another team just because you can do it. But what is it really teaching kids if you're beating a team by how many points that you have to look at your kids if you're a coach and tell them, okay, stop playing or pull out
you
the
did.
first
You
stringer.
did too well. So now, when we were growing up, it was simple. When the game was out of hand, all the starters came out.
Yeah.
And then I got to play. I was in a couple sports where I was the guy that came in.
And
late.
when you scored, they was like this, yeah!
Oh, they all freak out. But that's how it was done. Like, the coaches knew, like, okay, this is not even close anymore. And then they would take out their starters naturally. It just made sense that the game was done.
Put in Opie and put in Slow Timmy. It's time for
right.
Slow Timmy. He's got jeans over. He's got his shorts over his jeans.
Yeah.
Which way, coach?
I tried a lot of sports growing up.
But in the NFL, they'll do that too, not because they're beating someone badly, but if you're up by X amount of points in, say, the end of the third quarter or early fourth quarter,
sure.
If you're killed, a lot of times they'll pull out the starters, or if they need them for the game next week, they'll pull out the starters. A lot of times they do that for strategic reasons.
Well, you don't want anyone to get hurt either. So
yeah, exactly.
You want to rest your players. When I was talking about my nephew earlier, by the way, that wasn't late in the game. That's why it's a problem. It was like the second quarter and they were killing them.
Wow.
And all of a sudden they all had to sit until the other team caught up. That's when I think it's a problem.
But even if you see like some of these high school games, like if you read the newspaper and you see some of these scores, like Sarah J. Hale beat somebody for 100 points or 98 points.
98-3 or whatever.
Yes, that's not, what is that teaching?
Yeah, but
right. I think you're totally right, Oak. If you're beating a team by so much, pull out the starters and put in, second string or whatever it is. But I don't think it's right, that you should tell your kids, stop scoring or whatever.
You got to back up it.
With you.
That's got to be up to the coaches when the coaches really realize, okay, this game is completely out of hand. I'll take these guys out, give some other players, a chance to play. But some of these leagues, they force you to play every kid the exact same amount of time as well.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm totally with you. I agree with you guys.
But like I said, I don't want any kid to feel like shit. But I just feel like, as parents, you could get together and figure out a way where all this would make sense.
Maybe separate the kids, have elite teams, and then guys who are trying to learn the game.
Yeah,
there's not enough. There's probably not enough to do that.
Probably.
There's just not enough.
But then the thing is, because now I'm in this kid world, you talk to the parents about this stuff, not just on the radio, and they're like, yeah, this is all bullshit. I don't know why we're doing it this way. And it turns out it's a very small minority that controls how all this is done.
It's like individually, parents don't feel that way, but when you put them in a group, that's what comes out of it.
My kid went to a school where he wasn't allowed to wear Halloween costumes, which is ridiculous. He's a tiny little kid. He doesn't understand a possible religion angle to this whole thing. So I talked to him like, yeah, there was a kid a few years back. This is true. A few years back, felt a little, uncomfortable being in the classroom without a costume. So we decided to ban costumes. That kid's not even in the school anymore.
Right.
And they started the policy because of something that happened years ago. And you look around at the parents, and they're like, our kid can't wear a costume on Halloween. This is bullshit. Who's for this? And not one person raised their hand. They all wanted their kids to go to school in a costume, but the policy was set years ago.
Here's when the school would ignore this stuff. If every time they got sued by some cunt parent, if the other parent said, we'll foot the legal bill.
Right.
Never going to happen.
You're right.
So the reason this stuff is the way it is, again, I always blame the people. It's not the school. They don't give a fuck. It's the fact that somebody sued or threatened to sue or complained.
You're right.
And everybody likes to fucking litigate. And everybody wants the school just to pay the fucking their own legal fees. But then people cry like babies when the fucking prices go up at schools or when the school doesn't want to do shit. Okay, fine. You pay their legal bills when the fucking cunt parent sues.
But I bet a lot of it is they just didn't know how to get around the complaint itself. I bet you didn't even get to suing.
No, but
where the administrators don't know how to sit this parent down and go, let's try to figure this out because all the other kids kind of want to have costumes on Halloween.
Maybe they should have had some fundraiser, a cake sale, the parent PTA, and have some costumes to the side for kids who can't afford costumes.
But it eventually goes
so nobody
to that.
feels left out.
It eventually goes to legal stuff. It's all legal stuff. We see it here. You see it everywhere in life.
Probably.
It's all legal stuff. That's what everyone's great fear is. It's going to come down to a fucking lawyer. It's going to come down to having the judicial system involved, and people just don't want to deal with it. It's like everybody who says, and I hate it too, that you can't joke around at work anymore. And then you hear about an $11 million settlement given to some lady because a guy fucking cupped a fart and threw it in her face by the fucking coffee maker.
That was New York versus Norton.
I know, and I was the lady.
Does that come from parents being the same parents that are so afraid to have their kids beat by so many points, that are afraid to have their kids go to school in a costume or have a shirt with some slogan on it that they're scared of?
I don't know.
Are these the same parents that got bullied back in school or got their ass kicked on the football field?
I don't know.
Parents don't know how to talk to their kids.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to be a fucking parent to do it. I'm hopefully right. You don't even know after all this work you put in if you even did it right.
You're right.
You got to work fucking hard at it. And my opinion, I've been around enough in these schools. There's some parents that really don't want to work at it.
They don't give a fuck. Yeah. And your kid's caught up in the same circles with them.
It's not easy. My dad, I would cry like a little bitch after losing a basketball game. My dad knew how to talk to me about it.
He said, "Shut up, bitch. Stop crying. Stop your crying.
You're not my kid."
Yeah, exactly. Quit crying, you little girl.
Yeah.
But we would have we would have a heart-to-heart on the way home. We'd go to Friendly's or something, and then let's work on your foul shot or whatever the fuck it was. The next day, he's out in the driveway working hard as a parent.
And they said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm teaching my daughter to make free throws."
But I'm sure your father still felt like he wasn't doing enough, probably too.
Huh?
Parents never felt like you're doing enough, or you don't know if it's going to work out.
Yeah.
So he might have felt like maybe I'm not doing enough for you, but you did. It stuck with
I
you.
feel like that toward my own kids. I'm not some superstar parent. I don't know. I work hard at it, but you just don't know in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're a parent and your kid sucks, don't you think you should have enough balls to tell your kids, well, maybe you should try drama club or something. Get off.
No, you sound like a dude without a kid. No, you will not tell your kid that.
If they have passion for it, then
I knew it.
If they don't care, then you might be like, all right, let's move over here and maybe try something different. I don't know.
But if they care about it, you're gonna be like this. You're a winner, and we'll work on it. If you really care, you gotta help them get better, or
right.
Someone on Twitter said, "Hey, Jim, we already paid the bill." He said, "Fit the bill for the schools getting sued. It's called taxes." The taxes don't cover the fucking cost of litigation.
Right.
I'm not saying that it's right to sue the school. I'm saying once people start getting sued or the threat of suits, everyone knows. That's why anyone who acts like a certain way at work, any of you guys who are in offices right now who want to do stuff, you can't. Because you'll get fired by human resources, and the reason you'll get fired is because the company is gun shy because of lawsuits. Mm-hmm. They're scared of getting sued by somebody. They're scared of getting sued for discrimination, whether it's jokes or whether it's certain,
sexual.
I'm not saying that. I'm sure some of the lawsuits are right.
So we've made the workplace a shitty environment. It's too bad because most of the jobs suck to begin with, but you're in a nice environment. When we were growing up, I was in a bunch of office settings. It was kind of fun.
Right.
But now you got, we have a very cool, I can't even call it a job, but when I walk these halls, I just nod at women. Just nod. You're too scared to say anything.
Yeah, not me.
Nice tits, Margaret. Cleavage is looking wonderful today.
That's where it starts, Ope, when there are kids on the sports field afraid to score so many points, and they grow up and they're in a cubicle ready to hang themselves in the bathroom as wax dental floss because they can't say.
But I want to make it perfectly. I want to make it perfectly clear because I get hammered on this point. I don't want any kid to feel bad about themselves. I just feel like there's definitely a better way to do it.
Yeah, you'll find what you're good at. You don't have to be good at everything, or you might not be good at the thing that you want to be good at. But you're gonna find your shit as a kid.
All right.
There you go, Sherrod.
And you know what?
It gets better.
It's good to get your teeth knocked out every once in a while too.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Yes.
Get knocked on your ass.
It's not fun at the time, but somehow you learn and grow from that.
Yeah.
As long as your dad's not knocking your teeth out after you lost the game by 10 points, right, Ope?
No.
Yeah, no, my dad was he was all right.
Good. He wasn't a Friday Night's Lights.
No, he was all right. He never raised his fucking voice.
Well, you didn't hear what he said about you. He was nice to you. He was like, hey, you did a good job. We'll go out and shoot foul throws. But you weren't on the phone. Why is he screaming on the phone? What's he talking about? What girl? What's he yelling?
All right, thanks for having me on, fellas.
All right, Steve in Buffalo.
All right, later.
Bad loss for the Bills.
That's right. They lost.
They're playing the Bengals, so.
The Bengals, good for them.
6-0.
They got a crew. Didn't they beat the Ravens too last week? Or
They've beaten everyone. They're 6-0.
Whoever they, yeah.
Won the last. Well, we got 5 left, right? 5 undefeated teams. Like I said earlier, Patriots, Bengals, Broncos. Broncos undefeated. Packers.
I can't believe that. They pulled it out last night too in overtime. Wasn't it overtime? Yeah,
it was.
Packers and the Panthers are the other teams.
The Panthers is surprising me. Cam Newton. That motherfucker is a problem.
You like the Cam Newton?
I mean, he's like 6'6", 250, and throw the ball 60 yards off his knees.
Jesus.
The motherfucker.
That is a problem. Wow, the phones are lit. See, every time with the trophy, and it's not. We never get one person going, "Look, I like it this way."
With the trophies.
Yeah, we take those calls, no problem.
Because it's frustrating as a parent or just somebody as a coach. You can be a high school coach or whatever. Just frustrating to have to put caps on it. Just in the game if it's a blowout.
Yeah, put the second string in.
Yeah,
put the second string in too.
And have fun.
Travis got a nice pull for the break. A little Patrice O'Neal that brings some of this together.
Nice.
That's good. Make us all sad.
Sherrod, what do you got going?
When I wrote that article, I had Patrice and Greg Giraldo on mine too. The Tracy article.
Sure.
Because that article is really just like a eulogy for a nigga who ain't dead.
Right.
And I think that's why Tracy like it. Usually we don't get to tell somebody
how much you love them
before they go.
I always hated that. All that nice stuff is said at a wake.
Yeah. Yeah. It was brutal.
If you know your pops is on his way out, you might want to put a little party together and say, "Hey, pops,
let them know now,
you're all right, man." They're gonna say some great shit about you when you're fucking stiff in that coffin at the front of the room.
Just don't put a time frame on it. They're gonna say a lot of shit about you in a couple of weeks when you're laying there in that box. I just wanted you to know you're okay with me. Let's have a Miller.
I'm dying.
I'm with you on that. You always hear all the good stuff about a person after they can't really hear it. And then you hear this. Oh, they heard.
No.
They were looking down. No, they weren't.
They heard everything that was said today.
It's much better to get
I'd like to think that, but I'm not there. All right. So, did you remember what else you wanted to promote?
I did. I'm shooting a pilot on the 28th. I did sell that
that's
show.
great. What airline?
American.
Want to make sure I'm not on that flight.
Get it?
Yeah, we got it.
I got it.
What are you shooting
Get it
for?
A&E. I sold the show, the A&E with me and Christian Finnegan.
Oh, very nice.
Finnegan.
Very nice, buddy.
What's the show?
Yeah, what kind of pilot?
We don't want to say the title yet,
okay,
but
fair enough.
he's shooting on the 28th.
Is it a game show, a reality show, a comedy, a sitcom?
Food.
It's just
on A&E.
Just a show.
You and food.
No food.
A&E.
A&E.
It's just like life. It's about life.
What's on A&E now?
Good question.
What do they call themselves?
Storage Wars?
Arts and...
Storage Wars.
Oh, no, you're going to be opening shit.
No, we're not doing Storage Wars shit. No, we're definitely not doing anything like that.
What are you going to open?
Ours is going to be more about, like, situations and fish out of water stuff.
Port Authority lockers? What are you opening?
It's Al Capone's vaults.
Oh, you're opening shit for A&E. My God. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck?
That's all they want on that show. On that channel. It's just opening shit.
Is it a Rove McManus project?
No, it's no Rove. But I'm doing it with the same company that I did Lie Detectives with, the production company.
I don't know what Lie Detectives is.
That was the game show that I did for Game Show Network.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. It's
going to be good, though.
Manhole covers in the water.
It's going to be, yeah.
Manhole covers opening
No,
those
that's
up?
right.
Oh, that's
Let's see what's under here, America.
See where they go.
Nothing.
God, I want to go and check out some manhole covers.
Do you really?
Yeah, I just want to open them up and go down and see where the fuck they live.
Manhole cover, those are called underpants. Yes.
Manhole. A hole in a man.
Yep, should have went to break on that one.
There's going to be a Comedy Works in Albany this weekend.
Yeah, overwhelming demand.
Great.
Charlotte, North Carolina, a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, nice.
All right.
What's the club in Charlotte?
Is it the Funny Bone?
Comedy Zone.
Comedy Zone, yeah.
That's an awesome fucking room.
That is a good room. There's a good Comedy Zone in Jacksonville, too. I like that room. The one in the hotel? Where the pool's right there?
Yes, I do like that one.
Yeah.
All right.
They got cheap drugs in that hotel.
Well, I don't do drugs.
Well, lucky you.
Stop with the drugs.
I'm talking about like weed. It's good weed.
No, weed's not drugs.
I'm not talking about white boy drugs. You and your speeds and your...
Weed's not drugs, right?
It is the way I smoke it, with cocaine.
Jesus.
WikiFeet is such a good site.
Huh?
Whenever you see a celebrity and you want to see what her feet look like, you just go to WikiFeet and they have it.
WikiFeet.
Yeah, it's girl's big feet from Fox.
Cool.
Very nice.
Trump facing questions over whether he's serious enough to be president. Big headline on Fox News right now.
What's that, Trump?
Yeah, Sherrod Small killing it for us today. Thank you, Sherrod.
Thank you, sir. And I will be on CNN today.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go in there and talk about Eddie Murphy doing some comedy last night, I guess, in D.C. or whatever.
I don't know what he did.
What kind of comedy?
I think it was like the Lincoln Center.
Well, that's where they do the Mark Twain Award.
Mark Twain, yeah.
Did he do actual stand-up, or did he go out there and just was funny for a little bit?
I'm trying to get all the info now, so I'll be prepared for that CNN today.
You want to have an answer.
Both would get the laughs, but one would be a prepared set, and the other him just being funny.
Everybody's been waiting for so long to see him do any kind of stand-up, and I know that he said before that he was apprehensive about it, because when you go to the clubs and try to practice stuff and try out material, people are taping on their phones and send it out.
Right.
And before it's even done material, and then they'll be like, Eddie lost it. You know what I'm saying?
He's rich enough. He should get the people to come to his house.
Yeah.
Drop the phones off at the front door, and you sit there.
There was a huge write-up in the Washington Post last week about him for this Mark Twain thing.
Right.
And even in that one, he said, it's something I think about,
You can't not think about it.
But he's like, what would I talk about? Like, that's what I always wonder. What do you talk about after the anger's gone?
Yeah, just how about you're a funny guy, Eddie.
No,
he's fine.
He's not saying he's not,
right?
but he's like, he's said it's always something that I go back to.
How about it, how about fucking, just whatever you want to talk about as a comic. You don't have to be angry.
Right.
He's
then they interviewed Arsenio, because I guess they were thinking about doing something like a couple years ago.
Right.
And then like a couple months ago they were out to lunch and they were riffing on something. And Eddie's like, "No, I'm going to keep that." So Arsenio's like, Arsenio's like, anybody that's holding on to something is still thinking about it.
I know he's hungry for it. And then he sees that Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle's are performing together places. And then Arsenio's seeing that too. And Arsenio needs to work, right?
Well, Arsenio and Eddie wouldn't be the draw. It'd be Eddie and Eddie. Or Eddie and whoever he wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie doesn't need to tour with anybody.
No, I'm saying Arsenio can open for him, maybe drive the car.
Yeah. What were they riffing on?
I don't know, Chip. What would they riff on?
Whatever. I would riff with him.
You would riff with Eddie?
Yep.
Would you let him take your material?
He'd want it. I think about having a big pecker. Could I do that? Go ahead. Yep.
Murphy also took jabs at one of his heroes, previous Mark Twain honoree, Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, yeah.
Murphy joked, you've messed up when they want you to give your trophy back.
Do they want his Mark Twain award back?
I don't know. I mean,
they're taking his honorary doctorates away.
Yeah.
Good.
Can they do that?
I guess so.
He put in the work.
It's honorary.
I know, I'm just saying. Murphy did an impersonation of Cosby, refusing to give back his award. Cosby, who received the award in 2009, has been accused by more than 24 women. Oh, really? I didn't know this.
I have not heard this.
Of sexual misconduct, including allegations by many that he drugged and raped them. What?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. Yes, it's a hot breaking news.
Breaking news here.
Nah, guys, been out for a while.
How was the walk? I remember you saying earlier that you wanted to talk about it.
Much better than I thought it was going to be.
Is Philippe Petit actually in the movie as some kind of like, I don't know, walk on or anything? As like some maybe bystander? Nothing?
No, if he was, I didn't notice him. I wish I would have seen it in IMAX. But I saw it in regular, real 3D, and the 3D technology is so good now.
It really is.
And it's weird, like he narrates it. Like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt narrates it as Philippe. And he's really good.
Really?
He keeps his French accent. The girl who played his girlfriend, Annie, her French accent is not as good. It's in and out a little bit. But it tells about his life and how he met her and how he started tightrope walking, and Ben Kingsley is in it. Much better movie than I thought it would be. Because you're basically thinking, who gives a fuck about this guy? The whole thing is leading up to a 15-minute, back and forth. But it was really, really well done, and they show you the setup and how they got into the buildings, and the 3D is so good.
How good did that the World Trade Center look? Because that's all
Amazing.
digital, right?
Well, yeah, I hope it's digital. If it's not, you're just building something I haven't seen yet.
Did you say it's digital, right?
They could be in Staten Island where they took all the pieces and put it back together and shot it like that.
It's a digital.
I don't know, camera magic.
But it's you get very sad watching it. But, because the Trade Center, and it's like, it's really good. There are certain parts of it. There's one moment where he's walking back and forth across the ropes, and they're playing this music, and it looks very artistic. And it's weird. It's like this, he looked at this as a work of art to do this. It was an artistic thing. And some of the way they did with the music, it was so it was Zemeckis directed it.
Yeah.
So well done. So well done and so well shot. It was so much better than I thought it was going to be.
It's something it's so weird because where he walked in the air there, no other human being will do that ever.
No.
That's he's the only person who's ever been at that level.
Between those buildings.
And
I have a nice photo, right there on the observation deck, from in between, when you could see the corner of those, when I performed in between the towers. So I'm always happy to have a Trade Center photo with one of my ex-girlfriends.
Nice.
We went to the top. But to actually step out and walk across is a whole different ball of wax.
How wide would it have to be for you to actually take that walk?
It would have to be
a city block.
Yeah, a city block.
What if it was a sidewalk, which we walk on every day? Could you walk between the towers if it was one sidewalk
You know what?
with no
I could
sides?
do that because you know what? I did the skywalk in
I know you could
Grand
actually-
Canyon.
Yeah.
It's all glass under you.
Yeah.
And it's above the fucking
How was that?
canyon.
Is it scary?
It's scary as hell, but it's fun.
Because your brain can't fucking...
Your brain can't compute.
Can't compute.
You see an under you, and you see...
Nothing but...
2,000 feet to death.
So yeah, you could probably
And
do
it's
it.
glass.
The sounds in this movie were so good. Like
Yeah.
when his foot goes out on the wire, you hear like
the crunching or
a
the
light metallic.
Is the walk part realistic? Because people were saying that they were getting like sick.
Vertigo?
Yes.
Yeah.
It really is. And the part, there's so many moments where he's standing on the building, he's looking down, or there's one moment where he says, I did what no wire walker should do, I looked down. And they show him looking down, and you're like, ugh.
That shot.
Yeah, and when you see the way he had to turn around, I didn't know, like, okay, how do you turn around when you have a 40-foot pole? And the way that you do it, I thought you would just spin around, but that's not realistic on a wire.
Right.
So you take it from in front of you, you pick it up over your head, you put the wire, you put the thing behind you, I believe, and you kind of spin around and grab it. So it's a spin you do.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Do you remember why he decided to go back? Because just doing it once was...
He said the South Tower was calling to him again. And when you look at the top of this building, this is what's so chilling to me, it was so good, is the details at the top of the building.
How did they, like, that shot?
It's beautiful.
It's unbelievable.
That is movie magic
This
right
is
there.
him looking across from one tower to the other.
Yeah.
And then he steps out onto this girder.
Oh, my God.
And in 3D...
doing that.
Just doing that is...
I wouldn't even go to the edge of the building.
No.
Oh, my God. Just walking out on the girder.
Yeah.
Get the fuck
But this is before the building's opened. Yeah, but if you're going to walk on a fucking...
So what year did he actually do the 71? 74.
1974.
The one building was open.
Oh, yeah. The first building opened in 72. Is that right?
Yeah. Or, yeah, maybe.
I think so.
And he looks down.
Oh, my God.
In IMAX 3. I'm so pissed I didn't see it in IMAX.
So you might have to go back.
Nah, it's not going to show in IMAX again.
No, I think it's still over at Lincoln Center, isn't it?
Not in IMAX.
Oh, it's not?
No, I looked.
Oh, Crimson Peak is.
Did they play the wind? Did they have the
Yeah. But I mean, to look down like that was really good, man.
Did you feel like you were out in the middle of the buildings?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Yeah, because I've always been fascinated with those buildings more than anything else. I told you, me and Voss used to go there, and we would literally just stand there and look up at the building. We did that all the time. We would come down after we would do our spots and just stand there at the base and look up at because we're both so afraid of heights.
Yeah.
So when they do that thing, when the camera rushes up and you wind up on top of the building... it was all this mechanical stuff on the top. So I remember that from the observation deck. You couldn't go right to the edge. The observation deck might have stopped 20 feet before the edge.
Yeah.
And there was like, wire over you. Like, fucking, you couldn't go to the edge. But it was still fun to do. And the Empire State Building I went on recently, I told you how much fun that was.
Yeah.
I recommend that highly.
Definitely. It was a good tour. It was a good little...
I was frightened.
I've never been up
look.
there.
Rockefeller Center, too. They got a good...
Oh, that is cool.
The top
of
the
the rock is cool.
Even a Brooklyn Bridge. I remember I went to the top years ago when I was in junior high school. They they took us all the way up to the thing and we let us look out where the flag is.
They would take tours up there?
It was we had like a private tour, I guess. They had shut down. It was like a day off of school and we had some project. We went to the Brooklyn Bridge and
how do you get up there?
We went up to like a ladder and some stairs.
Was it safe?
Yeah, it was safe.
Pretty safe?
It's the same place where all the workers get up there. And they put the American flag on top up there.
And then what? You guys took turns popping out to take a look?
Yeah, we just went out there, took a look. This was before we had cell phone cameras and all that. So people had like Kodaks. It was good times.
I thought you did it illegally.
No, it was legal.
Like the boys like to do. The urban explorers.
Yeah.
I want to go to the top of the Empire State Building again.
Dr. Steve is trying to get me my old urban explorer to show one of his pals around, a Green Beret. I've lost touch with that guy. He needs to do his own thing, and I'll do my thing.
He's a Green Beret? Huh?
No, my urban explorer friend.
Oh. I would go down in that.
He's too nuts to hang out with on a regular basis.
What about that down in Grand Central? You know that tunnel they got on?
I would love to do all that.
I would love to do that.
I just don't feel like getting arrested.
No, you got to go down there with people who...
Yeah, go down with somebody you're not going to get arrested with.
I know. Well, I've been trying to get that done for a while.
You get shot. That's the rumor. You get shot if you go down With those
the mole people?
No, with the electric. No, under the Grand Central Station.
Yeah,
it's a private room down there with the electricity that runs all the East Coast trains and all that.
The sub-basement.
Sub-basement.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be a guard down there 24 hours a day.
I would imagine there is someone.
As soon as
down
you
there.
show up, they shoot you.
They're not going to shoot you.
That's the rule. You don't supposed to be down on that level.
They'll say get out of here, and then if you run, like they won't just
Sounds
shoot
just
you.
like a white man, though. They'll shoot you.
No.
Without saying get out of here.
They have to explain why they shoot you. Well, he just showed up.
Yeah.
Then what'd you say to him? Nothing. I just shot him. Well, that's not good.
How far down is it?
It's supposed to be super far down. I don't know how far the
A sub-basement's below the basement, so it's...
Well, and that's below the trains and below everything.
Below the water lines, everything else, right?
Oh, someone said they went inside the top secret one that only the presidents use. I've been on that one. The president went for a spin.
What president was it?
FDR, where they had this private train down there, is the same kind of...
what?
Fucking train.
So
asking me policy questions. What'd you do, Chipper?
Right on the train?
Yep. I said, fuck him, Mr. President.
Who went inside the top secret tunnel?
Business Insider.
There you go.
Station.
Really?
Yeah, this was on Channel 25 on Time Warner Cable, I guess, maybe. That's a documentary.
Wasn't it below a hotel or something?
Yeah,
the Waldorf.
That's what the Waldorf.
Yeah, that's why they use the Waldorf.
That's where his train went to with the car, so they wouldn't see the president who he couldn't walk and all that.
Hidden within the 49 acres of Grand Central Terminal, was built for one person
God,
only.
I want to go down there.
It was built for Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Now, we know today
Great if
that
this guy got
FDR
shot.
had polio and he couldn't walk. But believe it or not, that was kept from the public and the press. Most of the American public had no idea their own president had polio. Now, when he would arrive in New York City, he would arrive on his own private train. On that train
his car
would be a train car that carried enclosed within it.
Is that the actual?
His presidential Pierce Arrow
It's still down there.
limousine.
That's pretty cool.
There are many elements
I would
of this
love
train
to go down
car
there.
that were befuddling to us. One thing that made no sense was
Let's get some urban exploring going.
I'll do it.
We know people.
Wait, what was befuddling to us? What was it? Let it play for a second.
Suspension systems.
Oh,
Certain
suspension.
elements of it are vastly overbuilt. These suspension systems are so designed to eradicate any lateral motion. Because with no musculature below his waist, that lateral motion would have him flop over in a car seat, in a train seat, etc.
What a seatbelt.
That train would come up right next to his secret train platform. A door would open up. He would be driven off that train car in that Pierce Arrow limousine, be driven down the platform, be driven directly into an elevator. Custom design.
God, I want to see all that.
What was he, Howard Stern? That's his own elevator?
That's how Howard gets to work every morning.
Oh, shit, he can't walk.
Wow, it's pretty cool.
That is really
dope, right?
cool. Yeah, man.
And that's what that is to take him right to the Waldorf, and he just drive right out.
What's one reason they still use it? Because they still use the because you could also you can close off all access when the president's getting out.
Right. And who owns the Waldorf now, Jimmy? The Chinese.
Do they?
Yeah, that's why the president don't stay there anymore.
Oh, he doesn't?
Yeah. It's the first time the president never...
Where do they stay?
They got some new... I got some Midtown somewhere.
Courtyard Marriott.
You don't know what hotel?
I forget the one he stays in now, but he don't... Because they think all the rooms are bugged. And they probably are.
No, that makes sense. Is this the Eddie Murphy thing? So...
Jump ahead. He right like halfway through, we see him on stage.
Oh, okay. Sherrod, the Grand Canyon thing, you did that though.
Yeah, I was there. I hosted the opening with Buzz Aldrin.
I didn't know you hosted that.
Yeah, I covered it for Fox News. Not Fox.
Did you ever
the local Fox?
Did it get to the point where you actually enjoyed the walk, or the whole time?
Oh, I loved it.
Your brain was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I loved it. The scary part is like right next to the walk, just the regular edge. People just walk right to the edge of the fucking Grand Canyon and look over. I saw one lady sitting on the edge with her legs swinging. I'm like, these fucking people.
Dude, I'm with you. I went to the Grand Canyon once with my brother, and there's a spot everyone goes for the sunset.
Yeah.
and everyone crowds in right to the edge, and people are sitting right on the edge with their legs dangling, and it's a drop. It's not one of these where you might fall and you're going to be okay after 10, 20 feet.
Dead.
It's straight down. I'm like, these people are and then they're turning around their bodies.
They taking pictures like that, right on the edge like this.
I was having like anxiety. I'm like, what are they doing? And it's like, hey, take a picture of me, and they're turning their bodies over the edge.
And it's windy?
Yes!
It's crazy.
With their legs dangling.
I never felt that comfortable in not dying that I could do some shit like that.
Holy fuck, it drove me nuts. I'm like, please don't do this. And then more people are pushing forward because they're getting good seats for the sunset.
They wouldn't let me on this thing. I went to it and they wouldn't let me on it. It was so fucking annoying.
What?
They're like, you got to take off your diamond shoes. And I'm like, no, I will not take off my diamond shoes. Don't you have to wear something on your feet when you walk on that, like a cover?
I think they're trying to.
We think we had
slippers or something, some kind of slippery thing. Slippers. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I want to go to that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I want to take a shit on that fucking. You know how much trouble you get in if you take a shit right on that? And someone have to come out and clean
you see between the glass right here?
Oh my God!
Oh, that's gaps. Gaps between the glass.
I did the Skybox in Chicago, the Sky, whatever they're called.
Yeah,
boxes.
Skybox.
The glass Skyboxes. You don't notice that?
No, I didn't do that.
That's badass. That's kind of cool to check out. We find the Eddie Murphy clip?
Yep.
All right, here's Eddie Murphy finally doing a little stand-up or being funny on a stage.
Okay.
And now, we have to watch this for Sherrod because he's going to talk about this on CNN today.
That's right.
Bill has one of these. Did y'all make Bill give his back? No, because I know there was a big outcry from people. They was trying to get Bill to give his trophies back. You know you up when they want you to give your trophies back.
Gregory.
You want to give his trophy back too? He should do one show where he just come out and just talk crazy now. I would like to talk to some of the people who feel that I should give back my trophies.
That's pretty brave, huh?
He said he could tell he was probably nervous because he's standing. He had the trophy on a table.
Yeah.
And he was standing there and he had both hands resting on the trophy. And I'm like, I'll bet you he was actually really nervous.
Yeah.
You know, for him, there's so much at stake, I guess, because he's Eddie. But it's like if you went up there and just were at the Comedy Cellar or the Comedy Store in L.A. bombing, nobody would give a fuck. It's like, he's just working it back.
Right. How great would that be if he came back?
I think he will.
But the weird thing about this, when he did the Saturday Night Live at 40th anniversary, they wanted him to do Cosby, and he refused.
Yeah.
Right.
So then he came up here, and he just sort of, he did it.
He was really awkward on that SNL thing, as we all know.
Maybe he did it because
really
everybody
strange.
They said he should have done it then.
I think they asked him to.
Yeah, even in the Washington Post article last week, he said, I wouldn't do it because it's not funny. You're kicking a man when he's down.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
so it's
be
interesting.
Sticking your dick in them when they're down.
And the Schooms had a nice HBO special.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she aired on Saturday.
I DVR'd it. I haven't seen it. It went well for her?
Yeah, I saw some of it. I saw the beginning. It was great. Is that the Apollo? Chris Rock directed it.
Chrissy, as you like to say. Chrissy
directed, yeah.
Directed the whole thing. We got a clip?
Yeah.
It was the whitest I ever saw the Apollo crowd, by the way.
Attaboy.
Holy Starbucks, it was white, yeah.
Why are they featuring this clip?
Because she does a tribute to seamen.
Nice.
Excellent.
Ode to cum.
Cum is unsettling, isn't it? I don't say that to shock you or get your attention. Like, oh no, she didn't. Like, I'm just reminding you that we're all disgusting. No one in here is better than anyone else. Like, you've all caught a hot load, you know? Like, if that provides you with discomfort, you're just looking at it the wrong way. We need to be nicer about cum. We really do. Cum, it gives us life, you know? Gandhi was cum. Oprah, cum. Oprah could have wound up all over somebody's tits, but no. We got Oprah. Thank you, cum. And yes, it is sticky and gross, and no one ever wants it in their mouth, ever, 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 but we need to change how we're thinking about it. It's not a wonderfully regal moment as a woman when you take a load. When someone comes in you, you're not like, we can do it. I'm glad I leaned in. It's not. It's a fact of life. All the greatest women have dealt with it, okay? Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Diane Sawyer. Michelle Obama, who I love, like the rest of us, probably once a week has to carefully walk to the bathroom. Just squish, 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 squish. It's the White House. It's probably a long hallway. Squish, 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 squish. And with her perfect arms, she has to deal with it. This is more than normal. I wonder what's... Barack's like, get out here. I want to talk about those emails. She's like, I'm cleaning out your troops right now. Yeah, I am labeled a sex comic, and I just think that sex is explained incorrectly as far as men and women's roles go. It's like we're all told over and over again, men love sex, and women just deal with it. Right? Like every article, every sitcom, it's always the guy getting home from work. Like, honey, how about tonight, huh? And she's always like, bleh. You know I hate your dick. Laundry, laundry. It's insane. I don't know any girls like that. Every girl I know likes having sex. I love having sex. Not a weird amount, but like a normal person. All of my friends. I mean, one of them doesn't, but we think something like happened to her. But you're made to feel really disgusting and weird if you're a girl who likes to have sex. Like, I've dated some guy, I would say 50% in the relationships I initiate the sex, and then 50% we don't have it. No, but I've been in relationships where it's always the dude, like, and then you like later realize that he was a sex addict, which... Have you ever dated a sex addict? It's so fun at first. When you don't know, you're like, am I the hottest piece of ass in the world? And then you're like, oh no, he would fuck a mailbox. Which is why I'm dressed like this.
Good for Amy Schumer. Nice.
Great.
Really fun. Can't wait to watch the rest of that. She killed it.
He kills. Amy.
Let me go to Paul. He's got more on this Eddie Murphy thing. Paul in Jersey.
Sure.
Hey, Paul.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, you guys remember, that's payback. Eddie Murphy is paying back Bill Cosby for 30 years ago after Raw, when Eddie Murphy was in his heyday as a stand-up.
Yeah.
When when Bill Cosby denounced him for all the cursing and all that.
And then Richard Pryor was like, tell him to have a coconut smile and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that was in Raw.
Right.
Yeah, it was in Raw.
That is pure payback right there.
No, because if it was, he would have done it sooner, I think.
Yeah, he probably had many. He had many opportunities to do before this weekend or whatever.
Yeah, because Bill Cosby was never anything he could really come off against Bill Cosby, and Eddie Murphy stopped his stand up after Raw.
All right. We were talking about the cause over the weekend. I mean, people knew about the cause for a long, long time.
Everybody knew. I was talking to George Wallace about it too.
Oh,
when he was on the show last week, he was like, "Yeah."
I was glad you got him, by the way.
He was great. He was great. He had fun on the show too. He was just saying that it was always hot girls. Paul. They have girls waiting for Cosby when he got off stage. Like these girls already knew what the deal was. All hot girls, every city. And he knew that they were always talking that he was aggressive around the.
Did George know though?
He didn't know, but
everyone
it was
knew
talk of it.
That Cosby liked a lady or two on the road.
Like if you're a young lady, you don't get left in the room alone with him.
And then he's
kind of like
about,
that uncle.
And then he's talking all that family value shit, and that's what drove a lot of comics nuts. Like, really, you're telling us what to do when we know exactly what you're doing after these shows?
That's always the freaks, though. Whoever too preachy, fucking.
With you. They're usually the ones getting some things done.
That's the 19 kids and counting mentality.
But Wallace said he was a little aggressive. That's as far as he went with it?
Yeah, he said he was. He gave me the look like, you knew.
We knew some shit was going down.
It was going down.
We bumped into him. Me and Louis bumped into him in the Village on 6th Avenue then as we were walking around.
Wallace?
So weird. We just see him.
Oh, he's great. He lives in the city now,
We're chatting, and he looked at me and he goes, I was just watching you. I'm like, oh, and what? He goes, hey, something with your house. I'm like, what? I'm like, was it a special? He goes, no, it was online. I'm like, the Jim Norton Cribs? He's like, yeah, when they came to your house.
Why is he watching?
I don't know. I'm like, with the mold? He's like, yeah.
Wait, you have a Cribs episode?
Not MTV. We did Jim
it.
Norton Cribs on this is 2000.
Opie and Anthony. We did some Cribs.
Where is that?
When the show was really that Crib show was really hot, we did our own version of it. We did a few of those.
I lived with Florentine.
Why the hell is he watching that?
From that?
That's great.
Oh, I have to see this.
The video quality isn't that great.
Oh my God! Is that Jimmy's neck?
Yeah, we just talked about this recently.
Yeah, I lived with Jim Florentine in New Jersey.
I know y'all were roommates.
And it was a fun. We were infested with silverfish, and it was a really shitty apartment.
Wait, what did you say?
We had silverfish. It was the upstairs of a house. Not a great place. But
what's silverfish? What are you
they look like little creepy crawly bugs. You've seen them before.
They got a million legs.
They look like centipedes with wider legs.
Right.
They're awful.
A lot of antennas. They're just creepy.
And they were in your house?
Yeah. We went in the rain. They'd come
You've never had silverfish living in New York City all your life?
No. We fry those up.
You know what? Get a silverfish on the screen.
Mm-hmm. We fry them up and eat them with hot sauce.
I had black mold on the walls.
Did you?
Yeah.
A lot of black molds. They removed the poster and it was just covered.
Were you sick all the time?
I don't know.
I don't know.
This motherfucker is living in a bat cave.
These things. You've never seen those? What? They're creepy as fuck.
After the rain, I would see like 5 of those in my room on the wall.
You never had that in a New York
When I
City
went
apartment?
camping, no. When I went camping, I saw shit like that.
Yeah.
They're the worst things alive.
I think they're creepier than cockroaches.
Yeah. I'd rather have fucking ISIS members in my room than fucking silverfish.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really...
But Wallace said he saw this.
That was my room. I only had one room. I think that was my room.
Look how swollen you look.
Yeah, I was a little chubby boy. The toilet was icky. It was not a good apartment.
So
this is good. This is good footage.
Whose Hello Kitty thing?
That was Jade's, Jim's girlfriend at the time.
Okay,
Jade,
okay.
yeah,
Jade.
Yeah.
Damn, that's back in the day.
Yeah, I lived with him, and it was one first girlfriend, and then it was just me and Jim, and then him and Jade. That bathroom door that they're looking in right now. I remember the first time when Jade came over, she was blowing Jim, and I was standing behind her, just jerking off, watching. What? And she was blowing Jim in his office, and I'm jerking off, looking, and she got all creeped out because I was jerking off.
You're not supposed to get caught.
Yeah, how'd you get caught?
How'd you get caught?
He
You're
wanted her
supposed
to
keep
see
that-
him.
I didn't. I was just no. She saw me just peeking around the corner, and she knew what I was
Oh, it's
doing.
one of those terrible showers. Look at this. Wow, there's just mold, black mold everywhere.
I
in
didn't
the
know.
cracks.
We didn't know.
Oh, man.
Where was this?
Cliffside Park, New Jersey.
Cliffside Park.
Oh, wow. We've all lived.
Look at little Jimmy.
We have all lived in this apartment.
Yeah.
I feel
A
like
version of it.
I'm looking at one of my old apartments back in the day.
Definitely.
The shitty, dirty toilet that you could never
He
get
could have
clean.
cleaned that, though. He could have.
No, man, those stains are permanent.
We could have, but we just didn't. We were very busy.
Yeah.
I was
What is
busy.
that?
I don't know. Band-Aids. I don't know. What am I laughing about? I should have been. It's just music.
Take the bass line out.
That's us. Wow.
This apartment's
That's the
No, have not seen a rat, nor have I seen a cockroach yet. But
There were no roaches. We had no roaches.
Yeah.
It was Steve C.
Good old Steve C.
Too funny.
Love the Steve C. You are missed, my friend.
Wait, what happened to him?
He died.
Did he?
Yeah.
He's gone.
How'd he die?
He died.
In that apartment?
Everyone knows. They all know.
Oh.
People know what he did.
He died.
Yeah.
Oh, like that? Oh. Y'all go hard when y'all take yourselves out, don't
Yes,
you?
we do.
Y'all go hard as shit.
Anyway. That's a bummer. Speaking of the cockroaches and the silverfish, they're saying New York City's losing the battle with the rats. We are losing the battle.
I'll tell you this. First of all,
I've seen more and more rats in the last probably a little more than a year now.
the West Side gets brutal.
I see them now a lot during the day.
The East Side, where I'm at now, though, at night, late night, like maybe 3, 4 in the morning,
Yeah.
you see the bigger ones. You know why? The
Why?
2nd Avenue subway. Them knocking down all that shit.
Oh, they're vibrating
They got access
everything,
to the ground.
and everyone's like, "Fuck that, we're out."
They got access to the street now. the
How
street
big
level.
are they?
Motherfucker, I saw one that should have had a saddle on.
Really?
I'm telling you, it was the biggest shit I ever saw in my life. And it was like a half a block away, and I was like, that's not a cat.
Have you ever seen the rats outside the plaza? I would see them. They would hop across the lawn, and they look like baby fucking kangaroos. How they move? They're so big.
Fucking marsupials.
Have you seen that shit, though?
Yeah,
how they move, it almost looks like it's not even a rat.
Are those the ones that are trying to get to the horse feed that's in the street?
Yeah. That was a huge story in one of the
They're
papers.
hopping around, yeah.
Me and Roland went out there one night and checked it out, and sure enough, man, when that fucking sun went down, they start popping out of these holes and stuff. They want the horse feed. It's perfect for
How
them.
can you beat them, though? How can you beat these rats?
The city has admitted, that they'll never beat them. That they're just trying to keep the numbers, down.
Respectable.
But they're out of control.
I'm telling you, that Second Avenue subway gave them access to the street. Because it's come up where the workers coming up.
Could you get a picture of that? I want to see that. I love checking out rats.
I need a
don't know
long
why.
lens.
They're in the playgrounds. We see them in the playgrounds all the fucking
And I lived on Upper East Side for since like fucking 99, 98.
Yeah.
And I never used to see it. On the West Side, you saw more.
Yeah.
Now on the East Side, next to that subway, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Until they seal everything up and get the subways up and running.
Yeah, but then it's too late because they're already up.
But when it's more activity,
already out of the bottle.
But right now, there's no activity in those holes at nighttime. See, at nighttime, you still have activities at subway places, so the rats are trying to run and hide, and the lights are on. But now it's just dark. Nobody's down there after like 6 p.m.
Every time I wait for a subway, I always go to the edge and look down. Half the time, you see a rat. Half the time in between the
They already got
trains coming.
Instagram now. You see the rats fighting for the pizza slice?
Oh, that was the dumbest video. Why did that go viral? That was stupid.
People love seeing it.
I guess.
Yeah,
And now
I
that's
didn't know rats like have such good taste in food.
and now that's a costume.
The rat with the pizza?
Yeah, it's a costume for the hot broads. They're going to be wearing that.
Oh, Ricky's know how to make that money, don't he?
Yep. They painted a pubic hair into a piece of pizza, and they put a rat crawling out of their vag. They actually have a real rat.
Wow, really?
They drug it so it can't move with succinylcholine. It's hanging out of their pussy eating pizza. They're just like, don't suck in because the rat will disappear.
This is from Time.com. This is the only broad that could pull off this costume, by the way.
Is that,
It's a girl with big tits.
She's terrific, but anyone else tries that costume on, you're going to look like an idiot.
She looks like Sarah Underwood. What's that? Is that the girl name? The model chick, Sarah, who's on Playboy?
God.
Nobody knows. Yes, Underwood, right?
Is it Sarah Underwood?
Sarah Underwood.
Well, let's see Sarah Underwood.
It looks like it. I don't know if that's her.
Oh, okay. You nailed that one.
That was her, huh?
Well, let's see the boobies then if she was in Playboy. We're here.
Oh, she's a bad. She is one of the best. She never been on the show?
We might as well go the distance and see her.
Gotta get her on the show, man.
Let's get some boobies out. What do you say? No?
Maybe.
That's not how you spell naked. Ooh,
good God almighty.
Nice fucking big tits.
Nice. So hot. I swear to God. Everything.
Oh, they're big, heavy, like teardrop tits. God, those are lovely.
Look how hot.
God, this never gets old, huh?
No, whatever.
Look at them panicking. They got to close the curtains. Every time we show boobies in here just for us, we got to close the curtains.
Wow. She's still hot as hell.
Yeah, that's all right.
She got a little, you don't like it like that, do you, Jimmy?
That's fine. Her vagina, I wouldn't care what her pussy looked like. It's a nice...
So tight.
Yeah, a little tighter than I like, but she's very pretty, so...
So hot.
Yeah, her tits are a little far apart and perfectly circular. I'm kind of changing my opinions on them. I don't know if I love them. They're like eyes, cartoon eyes. It's like fucking old Garfield torso.
Whoa.
Until he hates Monday. Oh.
Whoa.
There's a girl with 4 fingers on her cunt. Now we're talking. All right, now you're talking.
Oh,
That's
so
entertainment. She was sitting on a chair with her feet up.
Center. Wow. And Playboy wants to get rid of this shit, huh? That's a smart move.
But you can go other places to see it now.
Good luck with that. I was reading today, Hugh Hefner has been the one holding out. They wanted to do this 5 years ago.
I believe that. And his daughter's taking over now. She's been pushing for that for the longest.
And they're basically saying because they're able to finally get it done, it means that his power is pretty much done.
He's senile now. That's why.
You think?
I think.
But 5 years ago, they were trying to do they wanted to test the waters and put one issue out where it wouldn't have nudity just to see. Right. If it would be a thing. It would have been a thing because people would have bought it just to,
It's a big news story.
It would have been a huge news story, but Hugh Hefner was like, nope, that's not what I'm about.
He's
blah,
right,
blah, blah.
though. He's totally right. It's Playboy. No one cares about the dumb articles without the nude shit. Like, you'd only read the articles because this way you realize I didn't buy this just to jerk off into my belly button. But now that there's no nudity.
They asked Larry Flint what did he think about it, and what he said was, I can tell now that Hugh Hefner lost his mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, their numbers are way down. They're not going to get better when you take the nudity out.
No, but they think they're just wasting time because you can get so much nudity online now, and then they make all their money from just selling off the rights to Playboy shit.
That's true.
They're just hoping the brand can be turned into something else. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would want to do that. People buy magazine because they want to see nudity. I don't think it's crazy. Why would you do it without anybody being naked? He's lost his mind.
No reason to show the clip.
Well, let's see how accurate Jimmy is.
Nailed it.
Well, I haven't heard Larry Flint talk in years, so he's probably...
Let's see.
To controversial publication decisions, Playboy says it wants to be more like Maxim, GQ, Esquire. Do you believe that's a smart decision for this famous magazine?
Oh, you know, Hefner's 90 now. I knew he's getting really old. I don't like when that guy does an impression of me. It makes me sound worse than I am. He's 90 now. He hadn't had direction since the Truman administration. Hold on a second. Am I wearing shoes? I can't tell. Are my feet cold? There's a dog nibbling at something I can't see. Is he nibbling at my feet? Mine. Could you put boots on me? There's a dog nibbling at my feet, apparently. I can't feel it, but I can see it. I'm on TV. There's a dog nibbling at my feet.
Man.
His mind, you say? Wow.
How can you take the most important feature in your magazine and drop it? Why it became notorious? Yeah, I don't know what I'm just saying. I'd pick up every other word. I like to go to Four Seasons buffet, but I peanut butter on my toes. There's a dog eating my feet. Someone said that he's halfway to my ankle. I can't tell. What do you see? Give me a selfie stick. I want to hold it out and see what's going on with my feet.
Oh, my God.
I want to take a picture of my feet. Am I wearing shoes? I dyed my hair. I look like Rodney Dangerfield now. He's the only man in human history to go from white to a weird copper color hair. Be a Rodney Dangerfield. Remember Rodney did that? He had white hair in his 70s, and then you see him back to school. He had copper hair. Looked like Robert Wool. I have hair like Robert Wool right now. Those Hollywood nights. I tell you, I don't get no respect at all. Call me when you have no class. I think it was a silly move. They needed to change their financial blueprint. They have always, approached Playboy from an artistic point of view because Hefner's background is as an artist, but you have to run a magazine like a business. When you lose revenue, you got to cut your fixed costs. To give you an example, my editorial staff on Hustler is 7. His is probably somewhere between 40 and 50. I make a profit, and he's losing money every month. That says the story right there. I mean, no one can ever deny this guy the fact that he paved the way for the sexual revolution, but he will not be remembered for his business acumen.
The best part of this clip, that woman is horrified. You see her? The other panelist that didn't talk in that particular part of the clip, she's horrified. She's obviously probably like, this is a great thing for women, that they're not being exploited in magazines anymore. And blah, 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 blah. Well, the thing is, if you want to keep going, like you, miss,
Show me your cunt. I want to make a point. Could you show me your cunt just for a second? I want to make a point about what you got to do to get ratings. We're on CNN. Nobody's watching this network. But if you were to stand up and show your cunt, everybody would watch CNN.
She's just wide-eyed.
Am I wearing pants? I can't tell. I think I'm urinating on myself. I can't feel it, but everybody's looking at me horrified. So I can't tell if I'm urinating on myself. You know, there's a hole in this chair I'm sitting in, so I can just go to the bathroom whenever I want. Chances have a very good business acumen. I'm wearing the same pair of shoes since 1986. Scuff-free shoes. Not a scuff on them. Trends are still good on my shoes. I go through 3 pairs of underwear every other day because I'm always sweating until I'm going to the bathroom and then apparently bed sores on my legs, but my shoes are pristine. My shoes are in perfect working condition.
Oh, shit.
I'm still wearing Air Ewings. Because the trends have not worn out. My shoes are in perfect condition. You know, my nickname is the One Pair of Socks Kid. That's what they call me. What do you want for Christmas, Larry? A hat would be nice, but don't get me socks. How about a pair of gloves? I'm always chafing my hands on these silly wheels. New pair of tire treads would be nice, but if you buy me socks, I'll throw you out of my house. I've got 4,000 pairs of unused socks in my closet. Show me your cunt, miss.
Yes. But that woman looked horrified.
She
Probably. She didn't even blink while he was talking.
Plus, she never read a Playboy before or looked at it.
She's probably likes you.
She's on there talking about it.
She's horrified at Larry Flint.
Yeah.
And I guarantee she's taking the position it's great for women.
Yeah.
That they're not being exploited in this way, but certainly on the internet they are.
Yeah, you can still exploit women with clothes on. I do it every day.
Every day you undress them?
Undress them with my eyes.
Nice. All right.
I love Larry Flint.
I love him. Love him to death.
I love his hair now. He really does have that Rodney from the 80s hair.
He looked like Rod. He got the same shaped head. Wait, his penis doesn't work anymore either?
I think his tongue does. I don't know if his penis works or not.
After the gunshot, did he lose?
Don't know.
Sometimes you still get the penis.
But look at Rodney.
Yeah,
see, Rodney's hair there is white.
Penis.
But look at Rodney when he's like in back to
school.
Yeah, back to school.
That's like, yeah, blondish.
Or later, Rodney, when he had that fucking weird reddish hair.
Yeah, it's getting darker as he gets older.
Call me when you have no class.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot darker.
Yeah.
He did it. Wasn't that those swim trunks in back to school?
I'm wearing a Rodney Dangerfield wig. I don't get no respect at all.
I like the shoulder move.
He's trying to do the tie thing, but his body doesn't move on. He pulls it one way and his head just lolls over. Tire. I only have smoke a cigarette after sex. My wife smokes 3 packs a day. She's getting fucked by black cock. Yeah, there he is. There's a picture of Rodney.
Reddish copper.
That's nice. The Robert Wall look. That's what you want. I'm the reporter in Batman. I played Ty Cobb's reporter.
Oh, man. He does look like Arliss. He's got a fucking Arliss face.
All right. I think we did it.
What?
I think we did it.
What time is it?
It's almost that time.
Holy shit.
It's wrap-up time. Wrap it up. You're going to have to register your drone. I saw that over the weekend.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing? It might be a good thing. I don't know.
Everybody?
I don't really like when the government gets involved in our shit, but...
You got to get like a license for your drone.
They're getting in the way of things, though, huh?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I mean...
They said it's going to be the most popular Christmas gift this year.
Oh, I believe
the drone. So there's going to be a shitload of them up in the sky in late December.
Crashing. It's going to kill somebody soon. And they coming bigger and bigger. The military-sized ones is a huge gongus. I had no idea how big them shits were.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a regular plane. Fuck a drone. That's a plane with no dude in it flying it.
Right. Fucked up. Yeah, they were saying airline pilots, same thing. Computers are making them obsolete.
Yeah.
They basically don't really need them anymore. Would you get on a plane without anybody?
No.
I would.
No, I want one guy on there who knows how to. They'll never have that.
They'll never have that, obviously, but
You have to have someone that can override a computer glitch or a mechanical failure. You have to have somebody there.
Imagine that, though. Would you be in a plane without anybody up front?
It's going to be like a maintenance man, though. It's not going to be somebody trained like a pilot. It's going to be some dude like this.
It's going to be a computer guy.
Screw that back in. Everything's fine.
They'll always have somebody over there who can just zip in and fix everything, because you never know what could go wrong.
That is true.
It'd be more of an engineer.
Just somebody who can kind of get in there and take care of
Work
things.
on a circuit board or two.
Somebody who
flight.
can fix things and take care of them if you need be.
You think that's what's going to happen?
It's coming. If you want to pay less for a ticket, it's like, yeah, get rid of the pilot. Fuck him.
How much does the pilot do at this point, you think?
They don't make it that much. I mean, they make a lot, but not.
Takeoffs and landings.
Ticket price wouldn't change because computer stuff's more expensive than computer maintenance.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't pay a lot. They don't pay the pilots that well.
But what about
all those smaller planes?
They
Those
still
guys
get like
make
insurance
nothing.
and stuff, though. They get health insurance. You don't got to give that up to a computer. You
We've
get
done
days
this.
off sick. You don't got to give that to a computer.
We've done this bit. They work so fucking hard, so many hours, and they're not getting paid. Where they pretty much have to get another job.
Wow.
Yeah, we did this whole bit once.
And getting tired in the air.
Not the main guys in the main airlines, but there's a million other fucking flights. Those little puddle jumpers and shit. They're not paying those people anything. They'll call. They'll tell us.
That sucks.
Sherrod's going to be on CNN today.
Yes.
At what time, you know?
Around 3 o'clock, I think. Around 3:30.
Beautiful. We'll take a peek at that for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And there was something else. Shot a pilot for A&E.
Oh, I'm shooting that pilot on the 28th. I actually got some stuff we're shooting tomorrow for it, too.
Well, just be careful.
In the city. Thank you.
In the city. And that's it. Oh, and Race Wars Wednesday.
Race Wars Wednesday, baby. Big show.
That's 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Very good. I love the Race Wars.
Thank you, sir.
Very happy to have you and Kurt Metzger. And Jimmy's going to be at Comedy Works in Albany this weekend, starting Thursday night.
Yeah, no, Friday only. Friday, Saturday.
Oh, Friday, Saturday?
Only
okay.
4 shows.
And
a bunch of other nonsense. If you want to check my website, feel free. And if not, then you won't see me.
Okay.
I'm tired of plugging gigs.
All right.
Jim. Jiminy.
And what else is going on? Oh, Mark Norman and Joe List tonight, right?
Nice.
Giving them a nice
That's
4-week run.
That's what I like.
Nice 4-week
I
run.
was just
for
talking
those
to Mark
guys.
about that, too. Norman asking me some questions about it, yeah.
Don't be late.
It's going to be a good show.
Make sure you tune in right at 7 because
7 p.m., yeah.
their show's only a quick hour.
Yeah.
Nice.
No
In and
breaks,
out.
right? No breaks.
No breaks, one quick hour for Tuesday with Stories with Mark Norman and Joe List.
Last week was great. I love that show.
The feedback
That's a
on
good
them
show.
was terrific.
Also, podcast.
Podcast?
Yeah.
What about it?
The latest podcast went up, and
who's on it?
Ron Bennington and Vic Henley.
Oh.
That's a fun show.
Yeah.
That's a banger right there.
Go to the iTunes and all the usual places for the links for that. Subscribe to our dumb podcast so we can brag a little
The
bit.
Opie Radio podcast and the Opie Radio Doc Series podcast.
Yeah, we're going to do another one of those soon. A few more weeks, right?
Yep.
Do you have like all the docs listed somewhere, like on the website or something?
Yeah, Facebook page, Twitter account, that shit.
Okay.
I was watching, how do you say his first name? Cristiano Ronaldo?
Cristiano.
Ronaldo. And me and Jimmy talk about this. They give us screeners, and the streaming was horrible, so I had to keep starting the movie over. They only gave me 15 chances at this. So with 15 minutes left in this movie, this documentary on him,
It stopped again.
It stopped again, and now I'm looking for Roland. Like, could you call these fucking idiots and say I'm not pirating their dumb movie? I just want to see it.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Because they want me to see it for maybe a possible.
How was
interview or
it, though? The
something.
part you did see?
It was great. He's like the #1 athlete in the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got a story to tell, too.
Boy,
man.
does he like certain ladies.
What ladies?
I don't know.
Oh.
You know what, Jimmy? You should bring that up because it goes with what I was going to say.
What?
Is that true?
Yeah, that he likes it. Yeah.
The ones with the extra part?
I would hope so.
Then is the girl that he had the baby with say
That's
something
why
like that
I'm
too?
bringing it up.
Yeah.
He has a kid.
Yeah.
He will not say who the mom is.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he never had a relationship with this woman and just wanted
a kid
to be a father at a very young age. I think 24, 25. His son was born, and no one knows who the mother is. And he's they won't leave this guy alone, and they still can't figure it out. And he goes, "I'll never say." What do you think it was?
First of all, he paid this woman a lot of money for her to still be quiet.
He gets 100% custody.
Yeah, he has the kid all the way. Yeah,
he paid
full custody.
Yeah, he just
Full
paid
custody.
some woman. He probably did a fucking in vitro. Maybe he just wanted a baby, and she agreed to it. And if you talk, you lose the money. So unlike a lot of women, she knew just to shut up and take the money.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to say who it is.
It's a weird story, though, man.
So you think that might be a sign that he's homosexual?
I don't know if he's gay,
but he might be bi.
I don't know.
He's too hot not to be bi, right?
I don't know.
Who's that hot and not bi?
Don't know.
Cristiano. It's a good documentary for sure.
I met the other Ronaldo. There was a chubbier one I met at UFC one time. All the Brazilians were running up to him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
I hear he's also.
He was great. Well, he was actually a big star back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
I remember when I went to France, in Paris, it was the World Cup, and his fucking poster was everywhere.
But the point is, because of the streaming, they gave me 15 shots at this movie, and I ran out.
15 shots, and he's still alive.
With 15 minutes left in the movie.
I would hate to have to start it over and over and over.
Because there was an echo with the audio at one point where it just, so I had to start over. So that got rid of one of my plays, and then it would freeze up a few times. I got rid of a few more of my plays. So, and then his father was an alcoholic.
Oh, really?
He fought in some kind of war, and he never got over that. He was a heavy drinker, died at 53 years old, so never really saw some of his fame, but not all of it.
Did he grow up in Spain?
Yeah. Well, he left home at like 12 because he was this prodigy, man. He was, they knew he was going to be that damn good. But
whenever you're that young...
He had to leave home, I think, at 12 or something.
See?
Playing better soccer leagues.
Whenever you're that young, got to leave home, people fondle with you. You get fondled.
Yeah. By a coach or somebody?
Coaches, staff, I don't care.
Janitor.
Your janitor.
Hey, mop up. And then you mop up. He's like, here's where you put the mop. And he takes you in the closet, and you're like, oh, boy, he got me.
But I liked it. I just want to finish the damn movie.
I want to see it.
So I can move on to the next one.
I gotta catch up on some documentaries. I've been missing out.
I gotta do a Back to the Future one next. Yuck.
Eric, you saw it, right?
Yeah, it's really good. All
I've
these
had
people
enough
who
of that
buy
movie.
these people who are super fans buy broken down DeLoreans and make them into time machines. It's kind of cool.
Oh, I would watch that.
All right.
It was funny. I should have asked Mike when I saw him, but I didn't.
I know, you should have at the fight.
Mike.
Watch it to feel better about yourself.
What?
Watch it to feel better about yourself.
Better about me? Why?
So you're not that obsessed over something. Like these people are buying, like you said, those broken DeLoreans and just can't live a life without having that movie be a part of it.
Actually, the guy in the Doctor Who shirt.
Actually, it sounds like it would be a good film to check out. I'll be honest with you.
Back in time.
Yeah.
And now the Cubs supposed to win the World Series because of Back to the Future or
That's
something,
what I'm
I think.
hoping for.
Yeah,
well, they 0-2 right now, so it ain't looking that way. The Mets, baby.
Yep.
But they were supposed to, right?
I'm guaranteeing them that victory.
They won in the movie in 2015 or something?
Yeah, they beat Miami in 2015.
It's impossible.
I know it is.
That wasn't a movie?
Yeah.
They're going to win.
Funny.
That'd be dope.
100%.
That'd be dope.
Mets are in.
Let's go, Mexico.
Let's go, Mexico. That's the song. Someone tweeted they was thinking about that all day.
I was too.
I was so happy.
You should just dub it over that old "Let's Go Mexico" video with the bad heavy metal guitars.
You should redo that.
Yeah, people hate that. Yeah, I've been doing more chip stuff to prepare for the animation.
We should get you into City Field.
I don't know. They wouldn't want me making fun of them. They wouldn't like.
Well, the Yankees didn't want that either, but you did it.
It's very true.
Yes, we should get you into City Field. I think it would be great if Chip went to the Mets game.
People keep asking about the animation. It's because the pilot's being redone. We have a better version of Chip, so now I'm redoing the pilot, which is very expensive. But again, it's only 6 minutes, and the second one is like 5. But it's moving. It's moving. So it's still being. But that's why we're not delaying it.
Yeah.
It was. We redesigned Chip. I wasn't thrilled with the way he looked, and Now I'm very happy with how he looks. So I'm like, fuck it. Just redo the pilot, spend the money, and get it done.
Good for you.
Doing it right. Jim Norton, doing it right.
Well, you know, I had a whole plan for how I would fix it, but then I'm like, how much is it going to cost? Ugh.
Is there anything you can say about it? Like,
it's animated.
Does his family make appearances?
Well, he's not alone.
Okay.
Look, I mean, that'd be silly.
I don't know. Chip makes observations alone. Didn't know if you get to see his mom or Lamar.
I'll just say this: Chip is not alone.
Okay. Teaser.
Yes, it is.
Chip is not alone.
All right. Sherrod, thank you so much.
Hey, man.
We're going home now. Thanks for
we
listening,
got, baby.
guys.
You know that.
I'm going to the gym. I got to work out. I got to work off that gosh dang cheesesteak I ate.
Cheesesteak. Now I want a cheesesteak.
That's a small little sliver, but the burger and the fucking cookies and the yodel. Louis handed me a yodel.
A yodel?
It's delicious.
You had a burger and a cheesesteak.
I had a burger, a very small sliver of cheesesteak.
Oh, okay.
And a cheeseburger. And a fucking, I was so hungry.
You
and I had some
deserve it.
potato chips. What's that? I ate like a little piggy.
How was the dump? You had a good man-sized dump?
The next day, yeah. Whoa.
There's some power.
I think yesterday I took one of those shits that's really solid, and then on top, it's like fucking soft serve garbage. Like it was really solid, and then soft serve garbage on top,
where it's radiating heat right back at you.
It's literally you have to start squatting because the pile is. It's like you're shitting, and the pile is pressing it back up into your asshole.
It's like the old Looney Tunes cartoons where the chicken has the eggs and it shoots up into a mountain.
That's exactly it. I'm like, wait a minute, my feet are not touching the floor anymore. I better chop this baby off.
Start a wiping.
Yeah, I had to chop that baby off and clean out my shitter.
All right,
we're past 10:30.
Yeah, let's go. All right, thank you.